Welcome back to another Scheme Team podcast. I am joined by Chris.
Heyo.
Please, I was going to say please speak for the audio portion of this. Holly is back.
Yes, alive.
She is
Kind
alive.
of.
The
But
COVID
that
vaccine
5G
did not
top.
kill her off. And Josh.
Starting to be tons.
Hey.
Now, this week, our topic is focusing on movies.
Ooh,
What kind of movies, you may ask? Well,
every kind.
near enough. We're going to talk about who your favourite actor or actress is. We're going to talk about whether you prefer Marvel or DC, the big fucking controversy. We're also going to talk about our favourite movies, the worst movies we've ever seen, and that one film that has scared us absolutely shitless. Does everybody know
Ooh,
what
yeah.
films they want to put across? Are we all prepared?
Yes.
I am doing this off the fucking cuff. You're going to get as honest an answer as
Yeah.
I can.
Perfect.
I've got
Last
answers.
week I spent 7 days preparing for it, and the 7 days
Because you were the host.
I was a
Yeah,
host,
Exactly.
so I was thinking of answers, and then and then when I finished, I was like, oh no, this one. So now I'm just going off the cuff. Fuck it, no prep.
Yeah,
Who needs
improv
prep?
training.
I feel
This
like
is
I've kind
good.
of been juked this week, guys. You've pat maybe host and you haven't even fucking prepared, but it's fine.
No, I've
No,
not. No, I've not. No,
I have
no,
came
I've not
prepared. I have answers.
Fine.
I've made a decision
Fine.
to not.
Yes. Continue.
The only one I'm letting away with is Holly, because Holly didn't know that she was available until last minute. So, fuck you guys. Anyway, let's kick this off with the first section. And
Ooh.
let's start it off with She Who Has Just Returned. Holly,
No.
Harry Potter.
I would like to know, as would everybody else listening and watching, who your favourite actress or actor of all time is.
Okay, see, the thing is, I don't have one. The thing is, I don't have a favourite anything. Okay, so
Ooh.
we're not getting any favourites from me.
Okay,
We're just getting like things I like.
okay, that's fine. We can
Boom,
have
straight
a
to the
little
point.
mix if you've not got a
A
particular
little
one.
debate, yeah.
Okay.
We're not
Bring up
debating
some
it. There's no
names.
debate. If Holly likes them, Holly likes them. You don't have to debate that fact.
No, we have
Debate
to
if I
discuss.
actually like them or not.
It's like-
Do you really like Danny DeVito? When's his
Let's
birthday?
analyse her psyche and why she likes Danny DeVito. Caitlin, start.
He's a funny wee man.
The funny
Yes,
wee
funny
man.
wee man.
Which
Funny
what
wee
would you
guy.
want to say? It's factual.
Yes. Did you see he's like in the new advert for Discord? I noticed
No.
it when I loaded
Yeah, I
it
seen
up.
that when I loaded up. Yes.
I never saw that.
No, I've not seen that either. Interesting.
But yeah, I don't have a favourite actor or actress. I'll use this moment to highlight one of my favourite actors currently and for some time, and that is Brendan Fraser, of course.
Oh,
Yes.
He's making his
plug,
grand
big
return.
plug. Yes,
We
bring him back.
support Brendan
We
right
do.
now
And
and
the
the Steam
Nintendo.
team. Yes.
And the Switch. Did you see that picture? Did you see it said Fraser? Was it Brit Fraser on the back or something like that? I was like, why'd you have to label your Switch to know it's yours?
I
When
mean,
you know.
he's a very famous man. He travels all over. What if someone else has a Switch? He needs to know it's his Switch.
That
Aye.
is.
Or maybe he stole it
that's
off his
a-
Wayne.
I was also thinking that.
Would you
But anyway, we love him, we support him. Animal Crossing.
Oh, gross.
it's a good choice. That
Sounds
is a
like
good
the type.
choice. So,
He does seem like the type.
if you think along the lines of his past work, what would you say is your favourite, maybe movie or franchise or anything that he did?
The Mummy is an obvious one. If you know me, it's.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if you can see it or not. I'm going to end up flashing people because there's boobs on my wall. But I've got a poster right now of the Mummy on my wall. I've also got props from the Mummy in my room. So
Oh, you not got the scarab beetle?
I've got a scarab beetle. I've got a scorpion. I've got chains.
That's
That's all. But that's still
Whoa.
No, no.
that's still some props.
Hold on. How the fuck? Why chains?
Why chains? Because I knew some little creepy film guy was going to buy them up and disrespect them because they were used to tie down Rachel Weisz. And the wee guys and gals go mad for her. And I knew it would turn into a sex thing, and I didn't want that. So I bought them before someone else could buy them.
And
now
you
they're
turned him into a sex thing.
yeah, yeah,
So, in a sense, you were protecting her vanity from
yeah.
the,
Yeah.
the
Dignity.
seedy little fans.
Yes.
CD boys
Yeah,
Mhm.
and girls.
yeah, there's a lot of those cutting about these days. So, final answer: Brendan Fraser / Danny DeVito
Yes.
/ Keanu
Yeah.
Reeves.
Yeah,
Keanu Reeves, I don't really rate him as an actor. He's pretty nothing to him, but he's a really nice guy.
Yeah, he's a nice guy. I don't really rate much of his performances.
It's pretty much just the same thing in every single movie, but he's a
That's
nice
true.
guy.
What about Nicolas
Yeah.
Cage then? Do you rate him as nice
That's-
guy or actor?
Oh my!
I mean, he's
God.
not a nice guy. I mean, allegedly, but he's
Have
a
you
funny
seen-
actor.
Oh, what film was it called? The one he's in it with Jared Leto.
Oh,
He's a gun runner. What's it called?
I know
Oh,
the one.
I know exactly. I can't think of the name of it.
Aye,
Is it
and he's
God of War or something?
might have been
or-
God. No, is that the film?
something.
Well, whatever it is.
I don't know.
I watched it during lockdown, and I thought Nicolas Cage just every time he's in, he just feels like he's no emotion. ever.
No,
His
we
performances.
recently watched
Oh my
Nicolas
God.
Cage's best ever film.
Yes, we did.
Well, I was
His-
going to bring that up at some point in
His
this podcast.
performance, his performance was outstanding.
We'll talk about
It
it later
was.
then,
It
since
was-
Holly has something to say about it.
Very erotic, but I'll not say no more.
We'll just give you
was.
one
It
clue.
was.
It's no The Wicker Man. That's his
No.
second best. Anyway, Josh, on to
Hello.
you. Who's your
Okay.
favourite actor, actress?
Well, running off a similar trend to Holly, don't tend to have a favourite. It's hard because it differs. Like I said that last week, I'm very mood dependent. You could ask me the same question 3 weeks in a row and I'll give you a different answer. But I've whittled it down to two. I've got one actor that is well known and one that isn't so well known. So Benedict Cumberbatch is the well known one, mainly for his performance in Sherlock. Highly rated that. Fucking loved that show. The second one is a guy called Ross McCall. Yes. You know who I'm talking
I know
about?
exactly who you're talking about.
No
He's
clue.
He's a Scottish actor. He's in the HBO miniseries Band of Brothers, which I fucking love. See if you're into war and shit, watch that. It's a fucking 10-part, series. Very good. And he's also in a show called White Collar. He plays a baddie in that. If you've ever seen White Collar, it's also good. And he was in a Queen music video.
Ooh.
Played, in his younger days, he played the kid version of Freddie Mercury.
Oh my God, that was
Go on,
him.
I'll tell you what. The Miracle.
The
song was
Miracle.
called.
Mhm.
That was it.
Don't forget.
I only
Green
learned.
Street.
I learned that 2 seconds ago.
Quick Google.
I Wikipedia them.
I can literally see the screen through his glasses. The Wikipedia page right now.
Don't
You go
forget
see,
Green Street. Forgetting about
And he was
that.
in Green Street. Yeah.
Who was he in Green Street?
Oh, I can't remember his character's
Oh,
name,
yeah.
but it was.
Was he
He
one of
put
the
up-
main ones, like Bover or
Yeah,
that?
no, he was one of the main boys with them, and then he was in the prison, the sequel when they were in prison. He's one of the main guys. He's not the main.
He's Dave.
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 I'll know
Another
him.
quick-
I'll know him. I know him now.
Another quick.
Dave.
Another quick Wikipedia.
Love a wee bit of Green
Yeah.
Street, and that's not me being biased because I have a wee tendency
Yeah.
to like the
You like
irons
violence?
of the hammers, but
I'll show you. I've just made myself bleed. Anyway, continue.
First cut in the podcast. First injury. Well done.
I've done it last week as well. I need to stop scratching spots.
Christ.
Terrible.
Sorry, I'm wearing a red t-shirt. You won't see it.
We need to put a blood one in.
Don't demonetize us to YouTube.
Aye, you
There's
can't
no
see it, it's on my
actual blood.
back.
No blood.
There's no. We didn't show boobs on the wall. We just mentioned boobs.
It's very perfectly cut off though.
Yeah.
Yeah, suspiciously.
Oh wait, no, you
perfectly
might
cut
see a nipple now.
off. Oh,
Oh,
Okay, we'll
oh! I'm
save-
like excited. I'm like a kid at Christmas.
For fuck's sake.
Oh my
This
god,
has
it's a
been-
nipple.
This is
I've
when
never seen
Josh
I've
first
never seen
discovered
them
what the
before.
fucking internet was.
It's like
Aye.
discovering typing boobies. No, funny story about this. The tangent is fuck right.
Okay.
So my nephew a few years ago got an absolute fucking bollocking because he was on his DS on the internet and he was just looking like typing boobs, but he spelled it. He didn't know how to spell it, so there was like Bob.
Bob.
And then
Bobs.
like Bobs and all this fucking shit, and I'm like, my
Me.
sister's like telling me on, I'm fucking howling, and he's like, I'm looking at him, and his face is pure red, man. I was like,
How old was
Bubs.
he?
knows? Eh, must have been like 8 or 9 or something.
We've all been there. No
Uh,
shame.
We've all been caught
We've all been caught
discovery.
searching bibs on the DS.
on the 3DS, nonetheless.
There we go.
3D bobs.
Realistic bibs. 3D
Bobs,
nipples.
3D bobs. Show bobs, please.
Right, Chris.
I'd like the idea that no one would have told him that, so he went on his first day like, am I going to see your bobs tonight, hen?
Come back so I can see your bobs.
Funny.
All right, enough about bobs.
He's a bullying away now at this point, boys. He's bullying away.
Solidarity.
I'm his uncle. Fuck him.
Alright.
I can rip it. I can rip him all I want.
Please don't fuck your nephews.
No thanks.
That's a fucking public service announcement for George.
Yeah. Listen out, all the uncles in the world, please don't fuck your nephews or nieces.
Scheme team do not condone the fucking of nephews.
Do not condone creepy Uncle Peter. Peter
There's
Fowl.
always one. There's always one.
There's always one Uncle Knobhead.
Aye.
Anyway, back to actors.
Aye, and hopefully your favourite actor isn't somebody's Uncle Knobhead. Who's your favourite, Chris?
Well, I've got a meme answer and a real answer. Which one do you want?
Let's go with the meme first.
Call me Waizu.
Yes.
I think he's an excellent actor.
Fuck off.
He's so. Do you know what? His performance in every film he does is breathtaking. The Room, masterpiece. I just love it. It's always my Grammy picks or whatever the awards are. Oscars. That's it. I always root for it, even though it's never there.
Sad.
hmm
Injustice.
It's an absolute injustice. I think he's been blackballed by Big
Hollywood.
Oscar,
Mm.
Big Hollywood.
Big Hollywood.
I'm the same. I don't have like favourites in the way of actors because I don't know. I just find them very throwawayable. Like I watch like going from different film to film. I never be like, oh, I like this actor's type film or like this series, but this actor's always in it and blah blah blah. I'm not really that kind of person. But if I had to pick one at the moment, it'd have to be Ryan Reynolds.
Oh,
Ah,
that's a
big up
good
Ryan
Reynolds.
choice.
What a lad.
Yeah, I just think he's hilarious and
Mm.
he's a very handsome man. So
He's another actor that seems to play the same character and everything, but I let him away
Yeah.
with it because
He's so
it's
good
always
at
a good character. Aye. I like him.
I feel like in a way he just plays himself.
Aye.
Does. It's very slapstick comedy, everything he does.
Mm.
I'm not sure
So-
how I feel about the new one that's coming out, Free Guy. I feel like
yeah,
that.
yeah.
It feels could be a bit. Now
Mhm.
you do
See, when you go
Deadpool. Just do
back-
Deadpool.
Yeah, just stick to Deadpool,
I bet
please.
he's very
Right.
good in the few serious roles that he's done.
Yeah, that's
What
true.
series? What?
I can't remember what it was called. Hold on, I'll look it up. I don't want to click off and start fucking typing. But my ma
Yeah.
was watching a Ryan Reynolds film yesterday when I went downstairs for some fucking reason or another. And it was very fucking good. And what I had seen of it, does it start with an R? Does it start with an R? Oh, Edie's just told me that I'm about to win a bid. Thank you very much.
Oh, wait, but no.
A PlayStation 2 game that I can't find that I'll probably end up finding when I find
What's
the
it
rest.
called?
Futurama.
Oh,
Oh,
that was such a
think I
game.
had
I
a
had that
Futurama game.
years ago.
Yeah.
yeah, I think I might have had that.
It's a great game, but I can't find it. Safe House.
Controversial opinion.
Denzel
Futurama's better than
Washington.
Simpsons.
Yes.
100%.
Mm,
I would agree, especially the new Simpsons. Like OG Simpsons was really good, but new Simpsons is fucking doesn't hit
I
the
haven't
mark.
watched
I
The
just feel like
Simpsons.
I didn't get on the Simpsons bus.
Wait, you've not
ever.
seen any of the Simpsons? Probably.
No, I haven't seen the new ones.
Oh, right. I
Like
was
the new
"What?"
ones. I think I stopped in like 2007 or something. I don't know.
I just watched the double bills on Channel 4 when there's literally nothing else to watch.
I know, I've got quite a few of the box sets. I think up to season 13, 14, maybe.
I'll make time for Futurama, but like If it's on, I'm always watching it.
Disney Plus, I've got them all.
Pog.
Definitely. The film was called Safe House with Ryan Reynolds and Denzel Washington. It's like a CIA thing. But
Nice.
you see
Another good film that starts with an R.
Excuse me, I don't know.
R.I.P.D..
Right, I know it isn't right, but for some reason I had in my head Rush Hour. Don't ask me why.
No.
Completely different.
Not even the
Yes.
right
I know
colour
I know.
actor.
that. I know that. No, none of the
I
same
always get
actors.
Ryan Reynolds and Jackie Chan mixed up.
You know what?
There's a
Easily
reason.
did.
There's a reason for it. When she clicked off it, Rush Hour was next to it in the wee Netflix list, right? So don't
Okay.
bully me, right? It's not my fault.
Also a big fan of Ryan Reynolds owning a football team.
Hey, Wrexham.
That
Wrexham
is
FC.
crazy.
Oh yeah,
bit
that's
of
like
a
the only
weird one.
football team I follow on Instagram because of him. So
And what's his name? Rob
Aye,
McElhenney.
McElhenney.
him from
Yeah.
Always
Sunny.
Sunny.
Sure.
It's so
Never seen it.
Such a strange
Sure.
thing when it came out. They two.
Fair enough. But
I know,
Maybe
it's such a weird...
because they're one of the oldest football clubs still going, that's why they bought them. Like, this old football club needs to be doing better. We'll just plough Hollywood money into them and see what happens.
Yeah,
They've not really done that. They're doing it properly.
It's fair enough.
that's true. That is a madness. That my turn then. It is.
Yeah, it's your turn.
Aye. Unlike everybody else, I actually do have favourites. Because I'm a pure arsehole. And if I don't like you, I don't like you. If I like you, I like you. There's one proper favourite. And then there's two that I've seen nearly all their films, but I wouldn't go as far to say I've seen them all. I really like Johnny Depp. I've seen about 85-90% of his films. And the same way Leonardo DiCaprio. I've seen about 85-90% of his films. But the one actor that I have seen 100% of his films, that's like actual films, TV films, films that were only released on DVD, TV show, singular episodes that he was in, and that's Corey Haim. I fucking
Oh,
love that man. He is by far my favourite actor of all time. To the point where I have a mug that my ma got me that won't focus.
Focus, focus. Let's be
Focus
silent
on
there,
my mug.
focus.
Okay, it says, unless Corey Haim was in the movie, I don't want to know, because that was me as a Wayne.
yeah, sorry to interrupt you, but I forgot to show that I've got a mug as well. Oh geez, you're not going to see that.
Oh, jeez, no,
Oh
no.
geez, look.
Oh my god.
If you can read that, it says honk if you'd rather be watching the cinematic masterpiece The Mummy with Brendan Fraser and Rachel Weisz.
Also have a mug. It says Merry Elfin Christmas.
Christ.
I don't own a mug.
You don't own a mug.
No,
I own several mugs.
No, on me.
Beast.
On me.
Not on you.
He
I
doesn't
don't
carry
drink
a
tea or
mug.
coffee. I don't have like my own mug. Now everyone's got their mug. Like that's my mug.
Get several mugs.
I've got several.
Rick and
as
Morty
well.
one.
Morty.
But aye, definitely Corey Haim. He is no longer with us, sadly.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace, the homie.
Rest in peace, Corey Haim. He died in 2010.
Was
Complications
it
are
2010?
yes. He was
Damn.
38.
Did he not look heavy old though? Like
No, if you look at
heavy
different,
tired.
there's like different periods
Drugs.
in time where he looks really unhealthy, and then he looks really healthy, and then he goes back to unhealthy. But when he died, he was actually healthy. But it was complications of pneumonia that killed him. He wasn't really doing much in the film industry. At that point, he was trying to bring his career back because he had a lot of issues with drugs. In the late 80s and 90s. So he went for being in like The Lost Boys and License to Drive and stuff like that, like pure top notch 80s, classic 80s films that you watch it and you fucking love it. And then the drugs kinda led to it being DVD only films, and then it was nothing for a while, and then it was really weird independent films. And then he started getting back into doing decent films and he died.
Jesus.
See, I remember fondly. Was it like was it New Year's Eve, but it was around about New Year's Eve or Christmas time when we watched a movie of his together
Yes.
that would be worthy of
Yes.
being brought up later on in the podcast as well. It was
Yes. Blown away. Yes.
yes, I was
Yes.
blown away for
Um,
sure. It was something.
I thought you were going to refer to when we all watched The Lost Boys to start with there, but no.
No,
We did.
This
I'll let you talk about that one
one.
though, because I think that film is fucking.
I don't know what
Jesus
there is to say, but
Christ.
I don't know what was happening. There was just like a
Oh.
lot of attempted murder and sex.
There was murder. Remember the very end?
Nice.
It sounds
Yeah.
like a good Saturday.
Sounds like a good
Oh,
Saturday.
we can talk.
Plans
about
the
it later.
weekend, lads. Just attempted murder and sex. You know.
If you are listening in to the podcast on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, over on the YouTube channel, where if you're watching on YouTube, you're looking at us right now, I'm going to be posting wee snippets of different films that we mention. So if we mention Blown Away, I will show you a snippet of the trailer. I can't show you many snippets of the film because I don't want to get copyrighted and I don't want to get demonetised because of all the fucking shagging. Anyway,
Shagging.
let's move along. Holly.
Oh, wait, hold on. I have one thing
do
to
we go
say.
backwards?
I've got one thing to
dear.
say.
Oh no.
I was gonna put Leonardo DiCaprio right, but I didn't want to sound like that cunt that's like Leonardo DiCaprio, like and all that shit, because he's such a highly hailed, whatever
Good
regard.
reason.
What's the fucking word I'm trying to say?
Don't know.
Highly regarded actor.
Highly rated.
Highly rated, yeah. I
Is
was
that
like,
not what you just said?
well, basically.
Right.
But I just said I'm not a film critic. Don't claim to be. So anything I say, do not take it seriously.
Aye, that's true.
That's
We'd have
just
Matthew here
that's
if
just
we
a bit of
wanted
a
critic.
that's just a bit of a disclaimer as well.
I think anyone taking anything from any of these podcasts seriously is a fucking idiot.
Aye, that's true. We'll just
Unless we're
voice
talking
our
about
opinions
gaming.
in a
I'm only
funny
serious
manner.
about gaming.
yeah. Everything
What?
Chris said last week was entirely true. So
Yeah,
Ollie has slander about The Last of Us.
100% true.
All true. Speaking of which, did you guys see that they're doing an anime of The Last of Us or something?
No, I think that was just art. I don't
right,
think there
okay,
is. I think that was just like somebody's
But a
art.
movie
and
is
like,
coming out, right?
I thought
yeah,
it was.
it's got that guy for the Mandalorian. What's his name? It's the crying meme. Like he's laughing and then he's crying. What's his name?
Oh,
He was in Narcos or something.
why his name's not Pablo, but that's the only name in my brain right now.
Yeah, that's what-
Pascal.
Pedro
Pas-
Pascal.
That's it. Yeah, I was gonna say it's
There
a
we
very
go.
Hispanic
Close
name.
enough.
Boom.
Uh,
I've never even seen that
yeah,
Mandalorian.
I haven't watched The Mandalorian. Well, I started The Mandalorian, but I didn't like it. But
I haven't watched
Right,
this
never
isn't
mind.
this isn't TV week, guys. This isn't TV week. This is the movie week. So
Mhm.
I'm not.
And then I
gonna...
picked two actors based on TV performances.
Yeah, you did do that. But they're in films as well. So
That confirmed.
He's in the Queen
Fine,
music
it's
video.
fine.
He's in my books.
I'm
And he's
gonna,
Scottish.
I don't know. Yeah,
and he's
good enough.
Scottish.
Good Celtic boy.
He has a good Celtic boy. Right, don't
Yeah, let's move
don't
on.
get me started on that. Don't get me started on that.
Let's move on.
I'm just going to throw this out to everybody to just voice their opinions on this one. I'm not going to have a specific.
Buzz around. Get the
Holly,
buzzers.
do you prefer Josh? Would you, right?
Buzz.
Marvel is here. DC is here. Would you rate higher?
Over.
Marvel.
Fucking Marvel
Wait.
every day of the
Marvel.
week.
I don't know
Marvel
if
every day of the week.
Marvel.
DC have the characters to be on the same level as Marvel, but they just do a shit job.
Yeah, everything they do is poo poo.
Not
I
everything, but
think
majority
DC,
of it.
like, this might be a bit of a bold statement. I think DC are for wall punchers. And Marvel's for chads, like us.
Yeah, I understand that.
You get what I mean though? Like,
Mhm.
DC fans are usually
I
like,
just feel like DC, they've made good films, right? And like the fucking Batman ones with Heath Ledger.
I love
and
that,
everything.
yeah.
But they're just the recent ones. It's just,
Mhm.
Nah.
I don't care. I don't care for it. Like I
I'm
watched
like-
every Marvel film from start to finish during lockdown and loved it. If I'd done that with DC, I'd have gave up at Batman v Superman because that was a stinking pile of
Oh,
horse
that
shit.
was absolutely stinking.
I can't believe I spent £8 to see that.
Christ, that's
Don't get me wrong,
sinful.
Marvel have some some bad films as well.
Yes, yes.
I.e. The Incredible Hulk can get in the fucking
Howard
bin,
the
and
Duck.
Amazon have still not refunded me for that. Bastards.
Mate, you should play the game. The Incredible Hulk game is incredible.
I mean, the game might be good, but the film was shit.
No, I just think I love Batman and that, like, hands down, Batman's my favourite
Yeah.
DC. I
I can
think some of the stories from DC, they are darker. And like some of them are alright, but then they're just like
They just
it's
like
not
I
as good as
said.
Spider-Man or any of them. Like I think it's probably just biased because I grew up with Spider-Man and all that. Like Marvel was like a main thing.
I mean, I still love, like, I love Batman and all that, and they've got the characters to do it. They just can't. Like Justice League as well.
Like, they just can't make it stick at all. Like
In the first Suicide Squad was also a steaming pile of horse shit.
Oh God.
I genuinely thought it was alright, but I think
I liked Birds of Prey, but I did not like
I've never seen
Suicide
that.
Squad.
I've not seen Birds of Prey. And I
That's
don't
good.
watch DC now because every time I watch it, I
I
end up
think
disappointed.
Margot Robbie as Harley Quinn is probably like the best thing. I think she does it
Certainly,
really well.
because she got a fucking fine ass chassis on her. She is a feast for the eyes.
I think yes, she is
And a good
very
actress.
beautiful.
And a good actress.
Great actress.
Fine as hell.
I loved her performance in Suicide Squad and Wolf of Wall Street. I couldn't remember it.
I mean, there was a few redeeming qualities for Suicide Squad, but she did do a good Harley Quinn.
She plays
That's
Harley
okay.
well. I think
Aye.
She does. I think she nails what the character of Harley is, being a bit of a fucking nutter.
Yes, yes. Let's not talk about the Joker in that film though, because
Oof, no, thank you.
Do you know
Jared
what?
Leto is the shittest Joker I've ever fucking seen.
I'm gonna
Embarrassing.
play devil's advocate and say he was the best.
Fuck you.
Argue that anyone cares to argue.
do we
E.
really need to follow up on what Josh said? There's-
Fucking
I think
anyone
that sums it
who
up.
yeah, it does.
attempts
It
to
does.
rate Jared Leto higher than fucking Heath Ledger
I really
Can-
loved the tattoos. I thought it
can
was really
seriously
Tattoos?
piss my fat ass.
I really loved the damage tattoo it had. It really said stuff about his character. You know, the
It's
Joker
so
is
edgy.
a damaged character. You know, he's fractured mind state.
Yeah. Okay. Do you relate
I'm
to the
saying is
Joker?
just
Are you the
Jared
Joker?
Leto, Joaquin Phoenix.
I think we're all a bit of the Joker on the
Chris is
inside,
going
aren't
to
we?
start going down the stairs, fucking
Joker
dancing
brained.
to Gary Glitter at this point, man.
Excuse me?
Who in the UK is not
Is
as
not
loved
fondly looked
as
at.
the as an
Was he the
American.
one that put the wine in the shopping bag, or is that the other one?
The other one. Jesus fucking.
I don't. I'm sorry to tell you, Chris, but I don't actually seem to know the actual
What's the other one? What's the other
things
monster?
that these paedophiles done, because I wasn't the type of person that as a
Just
child when they were getting arrested I'd Google saying, what did Gary Glitter do to the children?
I remember watching the news or something. No, one of them. I don't know. This could like 100%. This could be my dad bamming me up, and I've believed it for years. But I'm pretty sure we were watching the news or something. It was some nonce, and I go, "Oh, what did he?
Some
What did he do?
nonce.
Being like young and naive?" And he's like, "I put the wine in the shopping bag," and ran off with it.
This needs
Don't-
fact checked.
Hold on. Right. Gary
I don't know. I
Glitter.
don't know. I don't know if it's
Child
Glitter
and bag.
or what's the other one with the eyebrows?
Uh,
I don't know who I'm thinking. I don't
Jim
know who
will
I'm thinking.
fix it. Cliff
Nah.
Richards.
Yeah, no,
I
I've
don't-
not
Richard's
seen
not-
anything about your bloody shopping bag paedophiles.
Right. Okay. So it's probably just a made-up Nigel fact.
Aye.
Do you know, on the topic of made up Nigel facts, do you know, when I was younger, I used
I think
to
it was
say
Gary
to him,
Glitter.
No way.
is it true?
Just no, I've got it's a clip from, must be like a newspaper. It just says vile 15 social workers are sacked for putting photos of at-risk children on the sick Gary Glitter web pic, which has a boy in the plastic bag. So I don't know if maybe he's been like,
Oh,
like, it's
that
been
got
like-
Chris up.
Excellent. I was true. I was correct.
don't know if it's true or it's pictures that have been like
Jesus Christ.
edited to put the baby in the
Yeah.
bag.
Well, back to what I was saying. Right. Another possible made up Nigel fact. I used to ask him when I was younger, like a wee boy, like, why'd you have grey hair? And he used to say to me, I go to the barbers down the street, Fabio, and get it dyed. And I believed it for years. for like literal years. He would say this to me until I obviously became a bit more like, quanty fuck.
I think that shows something about your
That just shows how
gullibility,
naive
Chris.
I was as a young child. But the shopping bag was true, so get up, yous.
Right, okay.
You laughed.
It's-
You laughed in my
It's not
face.
true. You made it sound like he definitely done it. He didn't.
Aye,
He
Someone just
definitely,
made,
definitely done.
someone just
It
made a
was-
picture with a
Right.
baby in the bag.
If we've learned anything for radio, allegedly. Allegedly.
Well, those images.
There's
He did it.
allegedly images. Allegedly.
He's in jail anyway. Fuck him.
I mean,
Is
I'm
he? Or is he
pretty
dead?
sure that's not what they wanted when they were putting them in jail.
Put them in the shopping bag.
Christ. Right. Away for this. We've had enough pedo talks this
Alex
week
will
on
wait.
Steam Team. We don't need any more pedo talks this week. We don't need any
Make
more.
sure you've got a bag for life, Gary.
They're sturdy. They'll hold the weight, Owen.
And there's some supporting the handles, by the way.
Because in the picture, it's just a plastic bag. No way is that holding the weight away, man.
Wait, that's snapping. As soon as you put it
Yeah,
in, boom,
definitely.
it's in the flare.
They fuckers can't handle a family-sized box of Daz with chance to go having
Someone
a fucking...
can contact Gary and tell me done it wrong. Like, mate, you should have used a bag for life. Not
Worth the
plastic,
extra
man.
10 pence.
Just pay a wee bit extra, saves the planet and all that.
It saves the planet and you can carry your abducted children
He's an
safely.
eco-friendly pedo. Eco-warrior Gary. Oh, right, let's move on, man. I'm gonna die.
Saving the world one Wayne in a bag at a time.
One Wayne at a time.
How the fuck?
Oh my god, man.
Oh my god, this is up there one of the weirdest tangents we've ever went on, but fuck me, man.
See,
Do you like-
to
Do
be
you like
really
Marvel or
honest,
DC? No, I like Guy Glitter in a bag.
like, I know he's announcing and all that, but he did release bangers. Not gonna lie. What was that tune for the Joker? It was a good tune. I don't know what the
Rock and
song's
Roll
called.
Part 2.
And you want to be in my gang? That's a Gary Glitter tune, if you don't know.
Right, fuck me, man. This
Should I
is...
be in my pedo ring?
Oh,
The Bag for Life Club.
Stop. Moving on, please. I'm
Enough.
going to have to cut all this out.
She's dead.
Fuck.
Don't want 2.5 hours of content to edit this week.
This
please.
is what this is getting cut.
Right.
So we're alright.
It's not getting... Well, unless Josh wants to cut it out of the audio version, I am keeping this in the video version.
We'll see how long we've got.
Aye, we'll see.
I'm
So,
sweating.
Basically,
So am I.
we like the OG Batman type of vibes, we like the OG Superman vibe, but we prefer Marvel, like Venom, Deadpool, Spider-Man, Wolverine, and all
Oh,
that
aye.
jazz, right? Basically.
Devils.
That's what we come for. Josh, shut up, please. Don't make me laugh.
I'm not. I'm just respecting how well you're trying to save this. Oh, you're doing a great job.
Eco Warrior pedo ring themes. Right, enough. Come on, guys, be serious now.
The next merch drop.
I hope to fuck none of yous pick the new Joker as your favourite film, because that's what I'm going to ask you.
Oh, well, that's literally what I'm going for.
My glasses are steaming up. I'm laughing so hard. Oh man, I'm so sweaty.
This is so bad. I'm literally sweating up a storm. So I'm
Okay,
laughing.
okay.
Right, let's go.
You're barred for picking a fucking superhero film created by Marvel or DC.
Ooh, that's alright
Right?
then.
You can't pick a superhero film because we just fucking talked about superhero films. So,
Yeah.
when I ask you, we'll go backwards. Starting with Chris.
Fuck.
What is your
None.
favourite movie?
Joining the meme answer or the real answer first?
Well, give us the real answer first, because I think we need a wee break to get our
Aye.
jaws aligned.
Other one
If
is the
we
Joker.
broke them.
See, I'm gonna go the cultured route and be a cultured man, and I'm gonna say probably. Oh, fuck, what's the name of it? Holly, you watched it, the anime film. Silent Voice.
Oh yeah,
That shit had me crying.
yeah. No, that had me crying
It's
as well, and I don't cry, so that's when you know.
Yeah, I was like, whoa, it's like films give me feelings. Cartoons give me feelings, anime. And I
Yeah,
was like,
no,
whoa, and then that led me on to watch like Your Name, Weathering with You, what else?
That
I
could
went
be
to
one
Your
that I
Pancreas.
refused. Is that
No, that's whoa,
does that not count as
whoa.
this? No. No.
That's going on a separate road.
Oh,
I
okay.
actually like
Because
that one though.
They
that
murdered puppies.
That
man,
it
she was
happens.
licking eye sockets and all that. The fuck do you mean?
Like, see if they kill a dog in a movie, I need like a break. Like I was
I know,
watching.
this wasn't even like
What
that's
film
a
was it?
completely off. What was it called?
Can't remember, but I was watching Rob
Mystic of
Roy and
Flowers
Tim
or
Roth
something.
shot the fucking
I
dog in that.
it was the name of what's the flower? It was the name of a flower. It was a Japanese like 1970s anime film, and I watched it one night. It's like 40 minutes or something. I
It's
watched it.
every bad thing you could put in a movie is in that. It's like the main thing is pedophilia.
Yeah, 100%. Like
Oh.
it's when
Oh,
she's getting like
we're bringing
raped
it
and
back.
shit,
Oh,
like getting
Jesus
raped by like
Christ.
circus freaks, and then she finds a puppy and she starts feeding it and all that, and then they just fucking mutilate the thing because she likes it. This lassie likes it to pure like fuck with her, and it's brutal. But anyway, back to back to normality. Yeah, it would be a silent voice,
And the
and
meme.
the meme answer would be Fast and the Furious Tokyo Drift.
I mean, that's not really a meme
Nice.
answer. That's a great
Yeah,
film. It'd be
it's,
different if
it's,
you said Fast and Furious
it's a
9.
masterpiece. It's a masterpiece.
Cult
Best
classic.
film ever made. Cult classic. Yeah. And to be brutally honest, it's probably what got me into it. Look at this is so bad to like Japanese culture. No way. It's like a stereotype of Japanese culture, well, car culture in a way, and the way they go on and stuff. It's very stereotypical. But yeah, I
Okay.
can say Fast and the Furious got me into Japan shit.
Pan shit.
Okay. Fair enough. Josh?
Alright, okay. Again, don't really have a favourite film, because it depends. But I'll give a shout out to two again. One is The Goonies, because when I was a kid,
Ooh.
fucking like that kind of
Well,
era movies didn't really get into. The Goonies I did, and I fucking love The Goonies. And also I could shuffle truffle as a child. And
Shuffle, shuffle.
shuffle's not shuffle truffle. Shuffle.
Could you give us a demonstration?
Can't now, I've lost weight. And
I'm at the heartbreaking.
He did say
That's
as a
heartbreaking
child.
sin.
He did say
this
as
says
a
I
child.
say as a child, as a middle-aged teenager.
I could
Middle-aged
get a bash,
teenager.
but I
He
don't
is now
want to.
24 years old.
I could get a bash, but I don't want to be self-conscious for the
I'm
rest
not.
of my
I'm
life.
fucking 22. Last year didn't count.
Oh, aye.
You've just cropped 2 years out. What the fuck?
Actually, I didn't like the 23 either.
Oh, right, okay, fair enough.
And
Yeah.
the other one,
Do you know what? Let's take it back 2 years. Fuck it.
the main one is The Martian. Hey, Matt Damon.
Never seen it.
Haven't seen it.
Is that the one he's on Mars?
Yes.
Funnily enough, Martian.
I've read the book. It was
Did you
fucking
really
awesome.
just ask that?
Yep.
I read the book. It was fucking awesome, and I've seen the film so many times. And I watched it during lockdown, and it was the first time I cried watching it at the end when they meet up at the end. I had a tear, and I was like, I went, oh.
Your mom watching Corey. You're like, Sandra, no again.
What's the on a tangent? What's the weirdest film you've cried at? It was Cheaper by the Dozen.
Happy Feet.
See the first one where like he
Cheaper
runs
by
up, he runs away and he's standing with ginger cunt and he's standing at like the train station or the
Oh,
family
right.
rock up. I was like, I should have teared at that. That was at 10.
The Room. Probably the weirdest film I cried at. I was just like, this is just
Aye,
such
with
a...
laughter.
No, it was just with genuine astonishment at the masterpiece of film that was in front of me.
Smell that? I smells like sarcasm.
Never.
Yeah, because
Never.
the actual truth is that Chris cries at every film he watches, so that isn't
That's
a
a
weird one.
fucking lie.
Wait, you were crying at the Jungle Book the other day. What are you talking about? You were raging.
The Jungle Book anime. I was crying at.
You were like, how dare they do that to the monkeys? And then when we watched
Yeah.
Tarzan, you were like,
Do you know what?
Clayton,
No.
you big bastard, they poor
Hold
gorillas.
on. Hold on. You're touching a nerve because monkeys have got obviously a soft spot for.
Yeah.
I thought King Louis did nothing wrong. He just wanted to be
Where is King Louis?
like you. Which one?
All of King Louis.
I can only grab one. I've got one hand free.
One at a time? I don't know.
No. Right.
Look at him.
Look at him.
Look at that hat.
This is how much Chris loves monkeys. If you can't tell,
I
because you're
also
listening,
have an orangutan way in the back, but I'm not getting that.
he's shown off his action figures of King Louis from the Jungle Book.
That was given to me for my very early birthday by Caitlin.
Yeah, because
There's another one.
yeah,
Just keep it like
Nice.
that.
Christ.
This is my persona. I'm like, guys, this is me coming out as a furry.
King Louis on an acid trip there.
He's fucking off his tits.
Christ.
No, you
He's
see
happy.
the wee grey monkey. The wee grey monkey that's like does the in the Jungle Book. It does the
Turk
in the Jungle Book.
on Jungle Book.
The wee grey,
Oh.
the wee tiny one that then becomes the new leader of
Is
the
it
monkeys.
grey?
Aye, it's like it's older looking one. It's got
Ah,
like
no, it's got the grey
Albert
beard
eyes.
and the mad hair. Looks like a wee fucking orchestra conductor.
Aye, I completely forgot my point of why I was bringing him up. I spent that long trying to figure out what he looked like. Never mind.
Right, okay, so Chris cries at monkey movies.
King Kong howling, absolutely howling. I was like, how could they massacre my boy like this?
It was quite sad.
My sweet prince. Why didn't they just leave him alone? Do you ever
I
think
know.
about that? Like,
All the time.
I'd love someday to make movies if they just did the opposite thing. Like a YouTube channel or something is like the people go to King Kong's island and they just leave. Or like
That must exist.
Mowgli,
Yeah,
Mowgli gets
sounds
dropped in the
familiar.
jungle and just dies. So, you
Oh my
know,
god.
there's like shit like that, like just the opposite of movies. I think that'd be a very interesting YouTube channel to watch.
If any of yous ever happen to be in Chris's presence when he's watching Jungle Book, leave, because he ruins it, because he just says, this isn't accurate to the actual book. Rudyard Kipling did not
Yes,
write
'cause
this.
well,
The wolves
I've
were in
listened
it
to
more.
I was listening to a podcast that read the book. Well, samurai, well, told the story, but it wasn't like reading it off the page. It was like a summary, if you will.
The whole
Okay.
film. Shere Khan's supposed to have a
Listen,
scar. Why doesn't he have a
listen,
scar?
I just
Shut
like
up!
to know my
Listen to
shit.
the fucking
I like to know.
Beatles vultures singing their tunes, man.
They were fucking weird. I never remembered them ever. I
Really?
don't remember that part of the film.
Ah, it's like in Dumbo. Like the one part I remember out of Dumbo is when I see an elephant fly, the crows. float
No, is it not when they're? I think is there not like a trip scene in it, and they're all like. "Whoa."
Yes, that's when they drink booze infested water.
Oh, aye, a
That's the only
fucking
scene I remember.
favourite scene in Dumbo is when they drop LSD. Fuck yeah, man.
Ah, when they drop that two CB and they
Oh,
peak.
Hunter.
Boom, boom, boom. House starts playing and he's got the fucking shades on and all that. Starts gunning like a motherfucker.
The hell, lad, I'm on one.
Mental. I don't remember that in Dumbo.
Jigging
but I
drip
need to go
a
back
five
and look
more.
at it. Holly,
Hello.
any favourite film you'd like to share with the group?
No, because like I said, I don't have favourites of things. But I do have movies I have recently enjoyed, which I will list. Well, I mean, like Lord of the Rings, for example, is like an all-time favourite of mine. I did recently enjoy it. I've been rewatching it, but that's just like a lifetime favourite of mine. The Mummy movies, apart from the third one, we don't know her. I
Oh, what's the
I love
third
them.
Okay.
We don't know her.
Which one? What happens in the third one? What was that one?
They went to
Was that the CG?
China, I think. It was like
Oh,
the terracotta army
that's it.
thing.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I know.
Dragon Emperor or something like that. I don't know.
Jade?
Um,
Jade Emperor?
Dragon.
Thought it was Jade.
No. I've got the box there. It's Dragon.
Holly is the expert. Do not
Anyways.
question.
What have I enjoyed? I enjoyed, like, I literally watched it an hour ago. I'm thinking of ending things on Netflix. That was
Care to explain? That sounds very dark.
it is, but I literally cannot explain the movie because it is one of these ones you need to watch it to understand. But it is the most unnerving movie ever. It really, you just have to watch it. But I can't even explain what it's about because it kind of spoils it. So all I can say is just watch it, but also watch it with like, keep in mind that it's kind of a art house movie. It's like, it's a bit.
Ooh.
Is it one of the
Weird.
ones that our lecturer would have showed us in uni?
Yes, when I was watching, I was like, I bet this is like on the watch list now in uni. But it is good. It's just, it doesn't have very good reviews, but you need to go in it with an open mind. I like that. Also liked small apartments or tiny apartments, one or the other. That is a very good movie. It's like a hidden gem movie. It's starring Matt Lucas and a guy from Jackass, not
Not
Steve-O.
Steve-O. Johnny
The other
Knoxville.
one.
Knoxville.
Yes, Johnny Knoxville.
The main guy from Jackass.
Yeah.
I saw a fucking post about him earlier on Instagram that was like, breaking news, Johnny Knoxville broke his penis on the set of Jackass, and I was like,
Nice.
how is that
Nice.
breaking news? He's broke everything else. Why would that surprise us? Christ.
Oh,
The story
and,
of him telling that
Hell's
story is
Castle.
pretty good.
Hell's Moving Castles.
Yes, Pog. The merry-go-round of life literally gets me vibing.
Yes.
This is the point where
That's-
me and Josh are just like,
Anime movies, Studio Ghibli film.
Aye. It's a special one. And I have the same last name as the main character, which makes me hate my last name a little bit less.
Oh,
Damn.
Damn.
that's an interesting fact.
Yeah.
Interesting factoid.
Yeah.
What's the last film you all watched on Netflix actually?
Oh, fuck.
Well, I
What
just
film?
said it.
Yeah.
Does it have to be
That's the
Netflix,
last
or
one.
can it just be the last film you watched?
No, let's go for this Netflix.
Oh, fuck knows then. Don't know.
Oh, last film you watched then, fuck it. Go on.
I showed you Final Fantasy VII Advent Children, so...
Oh, that would be the last film I watched then.
Trying to think. What was that film I watched? Probably Mortal Kombat.
Well,
With the old one.
the old
No,
one.
no, the new one.
Ah.
The newer one.
How would you rate it? Is it worth watching?
I can't really remember. I was fucking wrecked, so...
Fair enough.
Well, what was the last film you remember watching, or was that?
That was I don't watch films. I can't. I just start watching them and then end up... I've got so many films, like, see me Lucy, continue watching. There's so many films.
Oh,
now.
same.
The last film I watched on Netflix was an anime movie called Words Bubble Up Like Soda Pop, and I highly recommend it. It's very emotional.
A weep.
Yes, if you've not established that, I like anime things.
Not just anime. Chris likes Japanese architecture
I do.
and Japanese lo-fi
Japanese culture
and Japanese
as a
food.
whole.
Can we take a moment to contrast all our bedrooms? I find it quite interesting.
Hold
Okay.
right, just because mine looks like a fucking prison.
I
No,
don't
no, no.
Let's say it was like a prison cell.
Let's have Holly have her segment where she talks about the rooms. On you go, Holly.
It's just I don't know what to say really. I mean, there's really quite nothing to say about Chris's because there's nothing there. It's just like an empty
It's
room
called
with a dog.
prison chic.
Yeah.
Ah.
Okay.
The Berlini. I can't think of another word. B. Boutique.
Melanie boutique. Nice. Caitlin, your room's clearly a collector's room. Not too far off from my room. I've also got a collector's room, but it's
Yes.
different things we are collecting. You're collecting weapons,
Silly
amongst
that,
other.
Jesus Christ.
Wrestling belts.
And a shrine over there.
Yes, you have
that
you
is
have many
creepy.
shrines.
There's a creepy shrine.
Fuck
For those
you.
that can't see, I do recommend it also watching us on YouTube. But to describe it, she's got lightsabers, samurai swords, a Nova Scotia flag, and other things, memorabilia.
Yes, and for our audio-only listeners, my room is actually fully decorated. This is an
Yeah,
utter meme.
we're just
We're lying through our fucking teeth. Caleb, we all have nothing behind us apart from the void.
yeah. And Josh, your room's good. I like the accent wall. It's like
Yeah, I
almost
didn't
like
get a say on that.
60s. But
Get a
yeah,
say on it.
nice.
Can't say anything about my room.
We
Josh
love
has
an
got a nice
accent
wall.
wall.
Yeah, that's it. That's the
See,
only wall.
the only
He's
reason
got a
I've
nice
not,
wee, he's got a nice wee framed Kelly tap there.
Yes.
Do I have an
the only
issue?
reason I've not
Some
decorated my
personality.
room.
You should try that, Chris.
Fuck you.
Unless your personality is just a prison cell.
He's wee
So-
man into it, aye.
I'm
Nice.
what's
I've
the-
got a
what's
nice
the
collection
fucking
of
word?
shite behind the computer.
Yeah,
I
all my
am
football stuff's over that end.
projecting my mindscape onto my surroundings because
Where
I'm
is yours
trapped in a
signed?
prison.
Man United tap, Chris. Why have you not
That
put
was
that
my
up?
father's,
Ah,
and that's at the house, their house.
okay.
But the only reason I've not decorated is because I couldn't afford to. But I will now be in a position where I can afford to.
That is true.
I'm still waiting on my painting from Holly.
Yes, that'll be on the way.
Mm.
Rest assured.
Yes, this is a painting to end all paintings. Paintings.
Yes, it's very special.
It's it holds near and dear to my heart.
Mhm.
A lovely image that I'll treasure forever.
Is that all the information that you're
Well,
providing?
speaking of paintings, when me and my mate when me and George, my flatmate, were talking about moving in, we were like talking to our other mate, and I don't know if you've ever heard of like star seed and like all this weird shit that people like alien.
Mhm.
Like, so all those like conspiracy theorists we're in like all their Facebook groups because we just like laugh at like the memes they post, and it's like, oh, my chakra is refueled and all this shit. So our other mates involved as well, and he was like, I'm gonna paint one of the things for your mantelpiece above the fire. So like, I'm still waiting on it, but I'm just saying about paintings. I'm just waiting on this fucking like now the picture of someone meditating, and then it's got like the chakra levels and all that shit. And no, it's like shit with like it's like middle-aged men memes, like wolves and shit, and they're always
My
like
God,
the
yes.
leader of the pack and
Please.
all this shit, and you're like,
Needs a skeleton on a motorbike as well with some kind of like
ah!
thing
or
on
like,
it.
or like a naked woman done in that like old cartoon style fucking
Jesus.
tattoo. You always see those fucking wannabe vintage bikers who have.
Oh, no, I know what you're talking about. Jesus Christ.
You know exactly. My old gaffer that goes on Facebook and shouts about fucking Holly. I always tell you about him. Oh, like he posts shit about the some of the stuff is outrageous. Like it's heavy right wing. He's got one of the tattoos of a naked woman on a panther. I was like, holy fuck, man. I was like, to be honest, it would have been cool about 30 years ago. In my opinion.
God.
Just doesn't look well when he's like 60-year-old.
Christ.
Tangent over. Back to the topic.
Moving on. Where were we? Holly, you were mentioning your anime movies, and then Chris asked what we'd watched recently.
Yeah, I mentioned a singular anime movie, Howl's
then-
Moving Castle.
Yes.
We're on to your favourite
Yes.
movie.
My favourite movie. Well,
Yep.
you guys already know this because I talk about it all the fucking time. My favourite movie is Lost Boys.
Oh my god, you like The
it?
Lost Boys.
Oh my
Oh my god, I
Is
could
it?
never have
I know,
guessed.
it's really surprising.
I
Given
really
that-
liked Lost Boys too.
Fuck you.
It's my
Eh,
favourite movie of the franchise.
I hope your dog farts in your fucking face.
A bit of backstory to that, Mags fucking reeks. She farts constantly.
And Chris is always complaining, so
I live in a perpetual state of stink. From dog.
aye. Lost Boys, 1987. It's got Corey Haim, Corey Feldman. But we don't talk about Corey Feldman. Kiefer Sutherland, Jason Patrick. Blah 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 blah. Vampire movie, classic 80s. I just fucking love it.
some soundtrack on it.
It does have some soundtrack on it. I could
I've
watch
never
it
seen it.
over.
You know watch with
over-
us?
No, he was working. Remember?
We'll need to
okay.
watch it again.
Yes, we should. I'm
Christ.
fully on board with that, guys. That is a great idea. Let's do
Still
it.
got it on my laptop.
And I have a DVD player hooked up
Yeah,
to
I'm still waiting to
my
watch the
PC
Goonies, by
now.
the way.
Oh yeah, I still
Yeah,
haven't seen
yeah,
it.
fuck.
Still got the Goonies.
How have you not seen the Goonies?
I
man?
haven't seen any like classic movies. Genuinely, I haven't.
This could
have
be
I
a
don't know how
series.
Boys.
This could be a series that,
Yeah.
like, every week we give Holly a classic film to watch, and then we
Yeah.
get
I
a
genuinely,
5-minute
it's like
review.
shocking.
Uh,
I'm down for that.
right, okay. Aside from talking about favourite movies, because I guess that's kind of one where you're like, but I like so many movies. There has to have been. No, it doesn't have to just be one film, one main film, because I've got quite a few that I could list. I want to know, and the people want to know.
People want to know.
The people want to know
Yeah, but
what the worst film is that you have ever seen. But before we get into that, Josh, I have a question for you.
Oh,
What is Fatal Grips?
what is Fatal Grips, you ask? Well, Fatal Grips are our new partners. They're our friends. And what you can do is head over to fatalgrips.com, use the code SCHEMETEAM, all caps, for 10% off their products. And what are their products, you may ask? Well, for the viewers at home on YouTube, this is a PlayStation 4 controller. Okay, see these wee thumbsticks? They're fucked. I've been sweating these things out for years. They're a bit slippy. So what you do is you go to fatalgrips.com, you get some thumb grips, and you stick it on that, and then you're not going to slip off anymore. But you don't just get that. You get t-shirts, you get fucking cases for your thing in case you want to, throw it about and drop it and shit. Custom skins and a shit ton of Colombian marching powder.
shitload of gear.
Another gear. Right from Escobar's house.
It's gaming gear, by the way.
I need to crack that joke at least once a week.
I
Yes.
can't believe
So-
that a happy accident has turned into us
A
joking
meme.
about cocaine
Meme.
weekly.
Oh, fatalgrips.com, 10% off, Scheme Team. That's the code, all caps. Welcome.
Thanks for that, Josh.
You're welcome.
Thank you for informing the people. You heard
Very
the man.
poorly.
You heard the man. You told you where to go.
You did
So
it very well.
if you're still watching us or listening to us, good, because you should finish this episode before
Why?
you go. But no, don't ask that. They're meant to like us. So if you're still watching or listening, thanks. After you finish watching or listening, go check out Fatal Grips. Or go the new, but then come back and finish the episode. Cool. Or if you're listening to it, well, you're
Have
listening.
it open on another monitor or tab.
Aye, or if you're on your
Aye.
phone, just keep the podcast playing on Spotify or Apple, There's
Yeah.
plenty of different options. But anyway, back to where we were. Let's talk about the worst films that we've seen. And I believe it's my turn to start us off, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay, this film, well, I'll mention two films, right? One of them I've seen snippets of, and I've heard of, but I've not seen the full thing. But I feel like it's something that needs to be put across as one of the fucking most fucked up, dodgy films that I've ever heard of. And I came across it because there was this YouTuber I watched. I can't mind the guy's name. If I remember it, I'll link him in the description. But he just talks about these like weird films that he's seen before. And he was talking about a list of weird ones that was like that had been banned that he had seen, and obviously you had that Cannibal Holocaust. Everybody's heard of that. It's on Amazon Prime. Blah blah blah. One that he mentioned, I don't know if you've heard it.
Stop.
Enough.
They
Enough.
burn themselves alive in bed.
Stop. No, stop.
That's hot.
Don't want. That's all getting cut out. I don't want to hear that. I don't need that.
Too far. Too
Delete.
far.
You say.
Delete.
You say. This is what it goes. I'm just gonna have like see the beep.
Just
Having that.
birds-
Yeah.
birds chirping like. "Dee, dee, dee." and it's cut back to Caitlin like this bit.
Aye.
I'm gonna have it. I'm gonna have like see the bit where it goes, and then just purely elevator music, and then come back to me going, stop. No.
Do not watch.
Aye,
Do not
so
listen.
the point that was made is do not fucking watch a Serbian film. Even if you're that fucking weirdo that has just Googled it and discovered what it's about, don't fucking watch it.
Josh. Which is what Josh did. Look at his face. Look at the reaction.
My history from tonight has been Carrie Glitter Child in a bag, and then I
Oh,
said,
you're on a list somewhere.
That's what I'm saying. It all comes back to paedophilia.
I'm seeing a theme.
Oh, man. Right,
Jesus,
anyway, the
episode
film
theme.
that I absolutely could not believe I was watching was one that an old pal of mine, three of us here know him, one of us doesn't, he told me to watch, and it was called Birdemic. It wasn't so much as told me to watch, it was more like
Post me.
passively aggressively made me rent it on Amazon for us to watch, and it was called Birdemic. Now, if you fancy googling it, be my guest. But
Is this
you're gonna
another?
find
Is this as
Is
fucked
this-
up as the
is
last
this-
one?
Am I going to get put on a list?
No, it's not. It's fucked up in a different sense, as in, what the fuck is this? What I've wrote down in my notes, right, because this is all I remember for the film, is evil acid-spitting exploding birds due to global warming.
That's rubbish.
Nice.
For what I remember, it's a guy, maybe he's like a real estate agent or something, and he's just cutting about, and then these birds start spitting acid and exploding, and it's like a whole epidemic, and they have to try and escape, and then they're in this hotel, and they have to try and escape the hotel with somebody else, and all that shit, and it's all because of global warming. But don't worry, guys, if that wasn't enough, there's a sequel. And a third one,
Oh, thank God for that.
just in case.
Thank God for that.
But it is one of the weirdest, most awful made films I have watched in a long, long time. And it's moderately recent. I'm pretty sure it's like 2013 or something like that. But yeah, Birdemic. Awful.
Your two movie choices have one scarred me for life. I'll never think the same, and one
was my aim.
is just completely off the fucking wall.
Yeah, I have a wide range of movies. Surprisingly, I might just
See-
talk about the same few, but I actually know a lot more.
I literally don't get cunts that just come watch like those kind of films.
I
Like,
was
even
kind of forced
horror.
into it.
Even horror film. Who the fuck watches horror films for enjoyment?
Me. Everyone, you're the odd one out.
No way. No way. No fucking way. Why? Why do I just want to sit there and be scared and then not sleep?
But there's a difference, right? We'll talk about this later on with the final
right.
part. But a lot of people don't get scared by horror films. It's just a thing.
Right, it's just I'm a massive pussy.
Yes, correct. Just
Right,
like that
let's-
juice that you drink.
Well, I'll discuss this later on.
He drinks pussy
He
juice.
does. He talks about it in the Kingdom Hearts episode.
Okay.
Oh, it's fat bitch. It's a
No,
can of
that's
fat bitch.
your drink. That's your drink.
Yeah.
You talked
fuck
about
was
an
I drinking?
energy drink
When
that
the
you drink.
fuck? No, hold on. When the fuck was I drinking pussy juice in Kingdom Hearts? let's cycle back to this conversation.
Pass
See
with
if
a
you
can
really
of
make me
pussy
go
juice
and get the
myself.
clip for the episode.
Right, we're gonna put the clip in here. Like pussy energy juice. I don't think I've ever liked the taste of it. I've only bought it because I've been like, haha, pussy. That's been the reasoning. No thought. Just because it says pussy on it, I'm like, yes, I enjoy.
As I just showed, you were talking about how you wanted to make an energy drink called Bitch Tits.
It was called Fat Bitch,
Fat Bitch.
and it was a dragon soup-esque
Right.
juice.
Anyway,
Big can of fat
you
bitch.
talked about the only reason you had drank an energy drink called Pussy was because...
Oh, fuck, yeah. Make that energy drink you used to cut about called pussy.
No.
You know what, nobody?
Yeah, no.
Oh, yeah, no, I know what you're talking about, but...
Oh, it's Akela knows. Yeah, it was like, I literally just bought it because it had pussy on it. It just tastes like shit. I was like a wee guy, like,
As pussy does.
pussy. If pussy tastes like shit, Josh, I think.
Holly, what is the
Oh.
worst film or a few worst films that you've ever seen?
See, this is really hard because I genuinely can't think of any. Like, the most recent one was was it Willy's
Lost Boys.
Wonderland? No.
How dare you call that a bad film?
It was
I
just, I
have
had
to
no
agree,
idea what
that
was
was a
happening.
great soundtrack.
I had no
It
idea
was
what
a-
was going on now.
Oh,
There was
yeah.
so it was. I'll let you go on.
The acting was atrocious. The only saving grace was Nicolas Cage, and only because it's Nicolas Cage. You know, he didn't deliver anything other than himself.
Yeah,
It's all you need sometimes, but it was bad. It was bad.
It
Um,
makes
must
you
have
wonder
only
how much
spoke.
he get paid, doesn't it? Because he had no dialogue in that entire
The
movie.
whole budget. Surely the whole budget, because it's clearly not going
just
anywhere else.
getting him in.
Holly, for anybody that hasn't seen it, hasn't heard it, wants to go and Google it, how would you describe this movie? What would your synopsis be?
If Five Nights at Freddy's, the video game, became a like low budget 80s slasher movie. Kind of.
And the guy they're meant to be attacking is the slasher for the robots.
Yeah. Yes, basically.
He's just like an absolute fucking Chad, isn't he? He just fucking comes in and starts fucking shit. All these teenagers are dying.
Yeah.
He's like, ah, fuck them.
And as Chris said earlier, it was oddly erotic.
Oh, that was the
It's
pinball machine. Why did I do that? But because that's what you do at pinball, right? Pinball machine.
yeah,
He was like grunting and like.
yeah. It
constantly
made me uncomfortable in my
buttons.
seat.
And I
I
think there
needed to
was-
take a break.
I think there was
I
some
mean,
drugs in
Nicolas
that juice
Cage.
that he kept drinking.
Yeah.
What was with the juice? What
And
was
then
that? Was
it's
it
like
beer?
at the end when there's that signifying factor where he cracks open a can and gives it to the lassie, as if that's her part of his juice cult.
Gang.
Aye, it was so fucking. Oh, it was great, but it was weird, but it was great.
Anyways,
Wanna
I
be
don't
my
rate that
gang.
movie as anything other than bad. But in terms of other bad movies, I can only think of like Christmas Lifetime movies kind of thing. Like those are genuinely they drain me.
My
of
gran used to
everything.
watch them all the time, like every Christmas. So like I used to go in there like wee back room where she'd sit and it would just be like, I'm at fucking Hallmark Christmas channel and you'd be
Yeah.
like,
No,
It's
it's like my
insane.
mum loves them so much, and I don't know how it's happened because she's got a great taste in everything else.
she does, your
Like,
mother does.
Yeah, but that's our fatal flaw. It's bad. I dread every Christmas time. And sometimes they're like on all year round. Like I think if you got Sky, you can access them
Yeah,
all year
there is a Hallmark movie channel, I
round.
think.
Oh,
There is.
I'm sure there's now they've got they're on like a streaming service now, I bet you.
I think they know that they're bad though. Like when they're making them, they don't even care. They're just it's just like
They've
they know.
got to.
Yeah.
They must know that it's fucking bad.
It's their wee
What-
niche.
Yeah.
Or
the
do
whole
they
thing.
do they actually believe it's like good?
No, surely
And-
not.
No, you can't.
It's like no.
There's no way.
And surely they must know they're just doing it for pensioners.
Yeah.
They know their audience.
Yeah.
Aye.
I think that's it. I mean, there's movies I don't like, but it takes a lot to be a bad movie.
I agree 100% because it's like I don't know, I think I just don't watch bad films. I'm very
Yeah.
particular about films.
hmm
Like, I'm not gonna waste my time, like waste an hour of my life watching something I know I'll not like.
Yeah.
Because it's like I think most films I've went out to watch I've enjoyed in some way.
hmm
That's probably like that's the way I kind of see films, movies and stuff, whatever.
And then you get some ones that are like so bad they're good. Like
Yes, yeah.
a lot of Nicolas Cage movies, again, he is
Oh,
the same
100%.
face, and they're so bad that they're good. Like The
Like,
Wicker Man and
Exactly.
that one where the plane is on fire.
Con Air.
No, not Con Air. That one is fantastic. Face Off, fantastic.
Oh.
We need to do a Nicolas Cage watch party and just go through them all because they're just. I've been wanting to do that for years. Honestly, it's worth it. But and there's another one, but I don't know. Pretty much any Nicolas Cage movie is pretty shockingly bad, but in a good way. It's like
What about-
camp almost.
Aye, well, now like mine used to do spoof movies. Mine like not another teen movie.
I
Yeah.
fucking love those
all that
shitty
sh- all
films.
that
Very
shit.
yeah.
What was like superhero movie?
Yeah.
It's a scary movie.
Scary movies.
All the scary movies are class.
The
Yeah.
Rough.
I
Can
love
Alvin and
that
Chipmunks get the
stupid shit.
fucking rabies?
Oh yeah, what was the one where there was 300 in it, and he was like, they were like
Oh, epic movie.
Aye.
epic movie.
Epic
that's
movie.
it.
Yeah.
They were
Awesome.
fucking dumb. They were
Stopped
stupid.
making movies like that, haven't they?
I
can't
just think
remember the
because
last
they
time.
realised
They haven't done them in a while. No, it's
Yeah.
quite sad.
Let's bring them back.
Yeah,
Let's
Scheme
make them
Team.
ourselves.
The Scheme Team movie.
Yeah. That'd be
Oh,
that'll be
man.
exciting.
Oh, but then I
Right.
suppose if you're talking about really bad movies, you would include the shitty ones that I've got a tendency to watch, Holly, that you just tell me not to and you give me the trouble for.
Yes, oh my god, yes. Like you love teen drama romances. I don't know how else
why.
to
I
describe them.
enjoy the
Like
cringe.
after
Yeah.
Riverdale. It's not a movie.
Riverdale.
But
Excuse me.
Yeah, anything that
Excuse me.
like feels like Riverdale.
I will happily talk about how fucking strange Riverdale is, right? Everybody that writes that must be, allegedly, on some sort of fucking drug, right? That show went from being a simple little murder-esque dark comic turned show into I have no idea what the fuck is going on. Everybody's on drugs and there's jingle jangle and this, that and the other thing. I don't fucking know what's going on, right? But I still watch it. I don't know why, but it's because I enjoy the cringe. It's the same reason I watched the fucking... What's the one with that guy, Noah something? Noah, I don't fucking know. Noah something. It's not the kissy one. Didn't watch that fucking kissing booths.
Kissing Booth.
I didn't watch that. What's the one? What's the one where she
Is that a
writes love
movie?
letters to all the boys I've loved before?
Oh,
Those
aye.
fucking
something like
things. Those fucking things. And like Holly said, after, like, that is so fucking cringy and the story is so fucked up. But I don't know why I like cringing at them. I don't know
I feel
why.
like don't take offense.
Oh shit, she's
because
just
I know-
gonna offend me.
She's about to
Oh,
I
offend.
feel
Wait, no.
like there's
I'll say
some
flags
kind of,
ready.
there's some kind of connection with these shows, okay? And like 5 Seconds of Summer, I don't know. I feel like the same the same fans
She's
will be
away.
like
She's
watching these movies.
She's away to pray at a shrine.
She's gone because she knows I'm right. She'll be reading those like 5 Sauce fanfics that were essentially just
Oh
these
my
movies.
Excuse me.
It's just fucking.
Like Look
Porn.
/ Your Name fics.
Hey! Why would you have to bring it up like that? Hey! Excuse me. Fucking
Is that
real
much?
name.
What's the mug?
Can't think I'm on fucking Tumblr looking up fucking ex-readers and fucking exclamation
Fan art
points.
shit. I bet you
Whatever
mean
Sounds like you
fan
know
art.
your stuff.
Mate, I have
Sounds
I
like
have
someday knows.
I've told you the stories about the
Do tell.
oh, what was it called?
Hello.
What was the website?
Mhm.
Remember I mentioned it to you, Holly?
What? The beer machine's here. Is it on?
Oh, it wasn't any of that Wattpad or something. It was something else. And you were like, I've heard it, but I've never fucking thingied it.
There's like one that begins with a Q.
Yes,
There's
that's the one. That's
that
the one.
one, right.
Yes, that's the one. And then I've known people that have had. What's the one that's got like the three A's or something, 3 O's?
AO3.
That I've known people that have had accounts on that, but those scare me.
Yeah.
Those scare me. So do not fucking come in here offending me saying that I'm fucking reading all this stuff and
I'm
Like,
just saying.
I'll
it's the
have you
same.
know I am a
Misery.
mature individual who enjoys art,
Fucking hell.
who
Can I
enjoys
put Fucking hell, Pinocchio, your nose just get massive.
Enjoys artists for what they create, not for their physical appearance. You
And you don't have any
Bastards.
favourites.
No, I do not have any favourites.
Definitely no favourites.
Definitely no
Not because you
favourites.
think they're cute.
They're quirky. See, while we're on the topic of Five Sauce, I
Oh,
fucking hate pop punk music.
Christopher, I wish you'd never
Right,
said that.
apart from like Blink 182, like all the classics, right? Everyone, like all the one every cunt knows.
5 Cent Summer aren't
First
pop
of all-
punk, so that is not on the fucking topic.
They
I was
are
gonna say, first of
pop
all,
punk. They're as
no,
pop
they are not. Are
can
they?
be.
Fuck.
When they,
No,
well,
they are
when they
pop
first
with
started,
guitars. They're One
when they
Direction
first
with
started-
instruments.
Right,
That's what they
don't
are.
fucking bring that up now. Even Holly
One
will back me up
Direction
on that.
with
They are not One
instruments.
Direction with
One
guitars. They are
Direction.
two completely different
Instruments.
bands.
They are pop.
there's a
pop.
difference. One
They're
Direction
not
or pop.
pop.
There's no punk about them.
Pop punk's been tainted by the adding on pop. What's his
I'm
name's
not
rolling?
getting involved in this.
Some
Johnny
Right.
Depp's
41
rolling
Poland
his
for
grave.
Spook.
I
The
know,
early
but
Green Days. Blink
Sid,
182.
I'm
Sid Vicious
suddenly-
is crying.
Very angry.
you went too far.
Chris, you've crossed many, many, many lines in the time that we've
All
known you.
lines.
Many, many, many lines.
You've been voted the weakest link. Goodbye.
It was nice being a part of the Scheme Team podcast, guys. I'll see you on my Twitch channel. Maybe.
It's genuine stunned silence.
Can't believe those words were
No.
emitted for his big fucking beardy face.
Too far.
Hey, can we save this for the music week?
Yeah.
Yeah, to rein it in before.
I'll be the
Some
host for Music
part.
Week.
No, you fucking will not.
Yeah.
Next week it's Holly or Shannon's week,
Oh.
which is probably going to be movie or TV week.
Yeah,
Movie,
this is movie
music or
week.
TV week. You
This is
have
movie
distracted
week.
me with your slanderous accusations earlier. So just you
Sorry,
hold your wee
I will go back to my prison room,
Aye. You go
My
back to
dungeon.
your prison room.
my cave.
Yes, and stay there. Josh,
Oh.
is there any film that you don't like so that we can get away from Chris's slanderous comments?
Fucking I again keep the trend. I've got two I dislike. Right. First one, you've probably not seen it. It's on Netflix. Right. It's called Rogue Warfare. Do you know? I had no high hopes for this film because it had been like commissioned for a sequel before the first one even came out. Right. That's never a good sign.
Well, that's
See when
not
see when a film knows it's 3 films get commissioned. Right. You knew going into it, this is not going to be well, and it was shit. It was doggy doo-doo, right? It's about this collection of special forces from different countries. They go and they fight this mad terrorist, right? The terrorist has a monologue that is far too long. We got the point in the first 10 lines, mate. He differs between speaking Arabic and English. Is it what you're confusing me now? Is he speaking Arabic? Is he speaking English? What is he doing? What are we trying to do here? You're giving me subtitles for the English bits as well. I don't need that. I don't need that.
understand what you're saying now.
It's like, nah. And then there's a bit where they're defusing a bomb, and of course the fucking French guy is the bomb diffuser, and he's sitting there. Now this is special forces. This is meant to be. It's meant to be special forces. And then he cuts the red wire. No, the green wire. Blue, red, and green. He cuts the green. Then he goes, "Oh, I'm so thankful. I could never cut the colours of my flag." I'm like, mate, you're a bomb disposal expert.
Oh,
So you're
my
saying-
fucking
You're
God.
saying if so you've guessed because I would never cut the fridge colours. Putting at risk all your fucking comrades plus about 100 Afghani guys. Because you went cut your I fucking hate that film so fucking
It's-
much. I can't even bring myself to watch the second one.
Is it based off of Rainbow Six Siege? Because it fucking
I have
sounds like
no
it.
idea what it's based off of.
sounds
And there's
heavy
the
Rainbow
British
Six.
guy.
It does.
The British guy turns up and he's just a dick for no reason. He's just an arsehole.
Classic
Exactly.
British.
He's like, I don't work in teams and all that. And then by the end of it, all of a sudden, he's best buds with the guy he hated. I'm like, hang on a minute, that's a character arc I didn't expect. How are you? You get 3 films for these two to become pals and you do it within 20 minutes. Rat film.
Jesus.
And if you go into Letterboxd, there's not one good review. I don't think it's been rated any higher than a 1 star.
Oh God.
Oh,
That's not even the film I hate the most. When I hate the most, right,
Uh-oh.
I like slasher films, right? The classics. Yeah, Friday the 13th, Halloween, Scream, love them
Can
all.
relate.
But my most favourite is A Nightmare on Elm Street, right?
yes.
Don't know
Oh,
why I love it so much. It's just scary,
go.
it's funny, it's just a massive big meme.
yeah. Top tier.
Then they done a remake of it in 2010.
Oh,
They done a Nightmare on Elm Street remake, and I seen it on Twitter during lockdown, and I thought, oh sorry, on Twitter, on Netflix, and I was like, oh, have that to watch. I'm going to pull up my letterbox review for it, right? Because I think it sums it up pretty well.
Do you actually review movies you watch?
Not really, but this one I did.
You
Deserved
feel like you had the need to.
A review, it's
There you go.
literally a handful of words. I just went, fuck this remake and every cunt involved with it. I think that sums it up nicely.
Yes.
Just the whole Freddy Krueger being a pedo thing, I didn't like that.
there was a reason that Wes Craven
Back to
scrapped that
pedos.
idea.
Back to
Yeah.
pedos.
No, I know, and even like the whole point, the reason Freddy Krueger was scary because his mask or his face was so cartoony in the originals, but this one they just tried to make it too realistic. It looked like a shitty animatronic you get at Disneyland.
I just had his
It
face
didn't,
melted.
it just didn't scare me at all.
See,
It was
that was my
crap.
problem with the remakes of it. Like, I really like the remakes. I think they're solid movies. They're really well done. Great cast.
Very, very
But-
thin ice here.
But I think Pennywise in the new ones is not as scary as Pennywise in the TV miniseries. I think that Tim Curry's one was scarier
Tim-
because it looked more
Tim
just like a normal
Curry's-
clown.
Yeah, it was scary because it was a normal clown, but I
Yeah.
think Pennywise in the films, because of like the technology they could use in makeup, looked just off the bat terrifying.
Yeah.
Tim Curry, they could have plopped Tim Curry's Pennywise, and like if they'd done a scene where he was at a kid's party and you wouldn't think he's at a place, you could have put Bill Skarsgård in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You couldn't plop his fucking character, you'd be like, oh, creepy guy, pedo. Right.
And I think that's what makes Tim scarier. It's just that
Yeah,
just- he's
it does
just-
kind
it's a
of.
presence.
Yeah, it does kind of remove the point of the fact that he's supposed to be, like at the start,
Be able to
Right.
blend in.
you're the age of Georgie, and you see Tim Curry, you're like, oh, an approachable clown. You see Bill Skarsgård, you're like, no.
Who the fuck's,
I'm
who the fuck's out there
fucking
approaching clowns? Let's be honest.
I mean, that is a good point. Clowns are fucking terrifying. I once
But do you
left a
remember the
birthday party
If you're
because
a
a clown showed
clown,
up.
fuck you. Fuck
Yeah.
you, scary cunt.
Do you remember the wee
Fuck you.
phase where there was people dressing up as clowns and that, and they killed clowns? Remember that? Fucking years ago.
They're just
There's
on the
one-
back,
Bring that
man.
It was, but there was some guy kicking about Stuart doing it once. Apparently. Never seen him, but apparently. He's just
The
standing in a
apparent
field.
Stuart and clown.
He's just standing in a field staring at people driving their cars.
I
He's just
think,
having a laugh.
I think I do
Aye.
have to agree with you with that film, Josh.
Yeah, no, it's bullshit. Don't watch it. If you love the Nightmare on Elm Street series, watch the remake. It almost. I had to go and watch the first three just to fucking cleanse my fucking brain and remind me that Nightmare on Elm Street is an actual good fucking series and not this pile of steaming horse shit that I just watched.
I haven't actually seen it. That's
What?
another one to my list.
I've
I know.
not seen
Remake
it.
or
I haven't
original?
seen any of the
Right.
like the classics.
We're
I
watching
haven't
them.
seen any of the
Yeah.
slashers.
Yo,
None
Yeah,
of them.
some of the kills in it are fucking brilliant.
Oh, see the bit where he says we'll go to prime time, bitch, and pulls it out of the fucking telly.
Oh, the prime time is.
Oh,
that sounds quite funny. I was originally against it, but that sounds hilarious.
No.
Yeah, that's
I'll
why
watch it.
it's
Nightmare
good
on Street
because it
is
is
amazing.
scary, but it's funny at the same time because he's just.
I'll
Yeah,
whip out my Freddy Krueger chopsticks.
did you see that horror film, Mama?
Yes.
No.
The thing, I was like watching it in the cinema, like all my mates, like when we were wee guys or whatever, and what really ruined the whole movie for me, like the whole horror vibe, it was literally the bit where she's in the floor, and her hair's going across the floor like that. My mate's in the middle of the cinema, just shout, "Oh, it's fucking pubes!" And I was fucking howling. Like the whole cinema's like, because you know we weren't trying to be those like wee cunts in the cinema. Do you know what I mean? Like very
Aye.
respectful young men. But that just
Shit.
fucking ruined it. Every cunt in the cinema is fucking howling.
Shouting
What
out at the
happened?
cinema is funny. I remember when me and Gregor Davison, went to see it, the first one. It's the bit where what's the lassie's name again?
Beverly.
Beverly's in the bathroom, and you think he's going to jump out the sink, but he doesn't, and he turns around, he's at the door. And I went, "Oh, you bastard!" out loud in the cinema. Everyone started laughing. And he's like, "Oh, you cunt!" It was one of these two. I just
Oh,
got
yeah,
a fright.
there's a slice of ham.
Oh, you cunt! A slice of ham. It was something that I just never did. "Oh, yeah, cunt!" and everyone started laughing. I was like, "Fuck it." That was funny.
You've made
Caitlin,
a
you might know
perfect,
this.
Oh,
Oh no, I was just about to say, you might know this. Who's the guy that does the monster design for Mama and It? Because it's the same guy, and that's like one modern
oh,
adaptation of horror that I really love. Is that his monster design is brilliant. Like, not.
oh,
I mean, I
that's,
still like Pennywise in the modern ones, but it's the other things he shows us that are actually more scary to me. Like
fuck, what's
the
his name? I genuinely thought you were going to ask me
know.
who's the guy that does Jason Voorhees. And I
No.
was like, oh, hold on.
And I think he might have done Pan's Labyrinth as well. He's like done a lot of the great monsters.
Bill
Anyway.
Skarsgård was
Pan's
it?
Labyrinth
Yeah,
again.
the
Is
monster
that the
that's
one
got the
David Bowie?
fucking... The
The
hands
kind
No,
of mouth.
First Labyrinth.
The
Which
hands
one
in
with
his,
Bowie in it that
in
we
his
watched?
eyes.
Labyrinth.
Oh, right, so it's a completely
Just-
different thing.
No, yeah, quite different.
Yeah.
Ah, what is
I
his
think there's less
name?
Bowie crotch in that Pan's Labyrinth than there is in Labyrinth. Moose Knuckle.
Yeah, it's it was an experience for both me as a child and me as an adult.
Who's next? Who's worst film is it?
It's yours, Chris.
Yes.
Fuck me. I can't really think. Like, to be brutally honest, as I said before, I don't really watch bad films, but I think if I was to have to pick a series of films, or I would have to be, apart from Tokyo Drift, the Fast and the Furious series, I just fucking hate it. I just think it's like, I give such Sigma male Chad energy. You know
See,
what I
I
mean?
agree.
It's,
Yeah, I wouldn't call them bad because obviously there must be something good about them. But
no, I think it's it's
it's
like
just
sheer like smooth brain entertainment.
I
You're like, whoa,
is it
things go
cars
boom,
and
whoa,
girls
cars.
and muscles?
The bird in it, Dom's wife, I fucking hate. I don't know if it's, I don't know if it's just her character type or the character she plays. I just fucking hate. Everything she says, sitting, I'm like, fucking shut up, man. It's, like, it's just, it's pure cringe. You're like, oh, this is
Yeah.
just ruining the film. But I did, to be brutal, I did enjoy Fast and Furious, the first one and the second one. But anyone after that, apart from Tokyo Drift as well, I was like, I cannot stand these characters.
Have to love Vin Diesel. He's a very special man. Very special man. Love his music. Drop the link to his music in the description.
Really respect his performance in The Pacifier. I thought, oh, he was excellent.
Oh my god, mate! I forgot about that film. The Pacifier was fucking nuts.
I loved it as a kid as well. We were watching
As
it.
a way now, I was like, huh, yes,
Crap.
this is class. And then you watch it when you're a wee bit older. and you're
Finally,
like,
The Pacifier.
Found that
what
guy's
the
name.
fuck?
Yes.
Andy Machete.
What a name.
I mean, it's not
What
spelled
was
like
it, the horror?
machete, but that's the way it's like a... It's Muschetti.
It's a way to
And
That's
it's
a
like,
strong name.
it's like Italian, but that was stressing me out. I was like, what is this
Machete.
guy's name?
Machete.
But yeah, I found
Machete,
it's Andy
mozzarella,
Machete, the
pizza,
guy that made
pasta.
Mama and It. Yes, Holly, yes.
Shout out to him. Quality monster design.
Shout
Yeah.
out
I
the
respect
homie.
that.
Which, that actually leads us onto a perfect tangent for our final segment of the podcast, which is... Now, this one shouldn't be that difficult, really, because even though 3 out of the 4 of us, Chris, are people that don't get scared most
Oh
of
no,
the
I
time
don't get scared.
by
Aye,
movies.
and that bit.
Most of the time by movies. There's always that one that you might have seen when you were away or anything like that, that fucking terrified you, like scared the shit out of you. Now, you might go back and watch it the day and be like, why the fuck was I scared of that? But the one movie that scared the shit out of you, what was it? Let's start with Josh.
Okay. So, I remember this being at a birthday party, a sleepover birthday party when I was fuck knows how old I'd have been. Not young, but not like teenagers, probably about 10, 11. And this was before I had got into any kind of horrors. I hated them when I was younger. I hated them. Was terrified of them. Right, I was terrified of Ghostface from Scream. Terrified of him because there was an advert.
Let's discuss that later.
Because there was an advert on, I think it was Channel 4, and they were doing like a horror week, and it had a really dark, and it moved in all these masks, and then his came up, and for every reason I'm terrified of that mask, terrified of it, and every time it popped in my head I was terrified, couldn't watch it. But the film we watched, it was The Exorcist. For some reason, terrified me. Now can watch it, no bother. But then to the point I actually started crying. That's how fucking scared I was. And then obviously everyone else was there smelt blood, and it made it worse because I got teased to the point where it made it worse. It's like, can we turn this off? And they're like, oh, why do I turn it off, Josh? Are you scared? I'm like, yeah, of course I'm fucking scared. That's why I'm asking you, fucking dick.
Of course I'm a fucking pussy. Turn it off.
Exactly. Instead of turning it off, I get turned up.
Oh.
Yeah, that's how it goes.
I remember that. So but now I can go back and watch it, no bother. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's a creepy fucking film, but that one, I hated. I
had, like, my brother. The only reason I watched it is because we shared a room, and he had like a telly on his side, but he would like turn it so he could lie in bed and watch it. So I remember just lying in bed, trying to sleep, and then I'm like looking over the corner of my eye, and there's it going on. I'm like, I don't want to watch it, but there's nothing else interesting going on, so I might as well. And I remember just sitting there like, oh fuck, like looking. Oh no, it's that fucking clown again.
We
It was
saw
the
The
first one.
Exorcist, remember, Holly?
Yeah, we did. That was actually. I felt like the stage performance was a bit scarier than the actual movie.
It was. I had
because
forgotten
you're like actually in it.
Uh-huh.
It was
Damn.
You saw that on stage?
Yeah, we did.
it was. When
man
was
right?
that?
We were in uni. I
Stage
think it was
show?
maybe the first
Yeah.
or second year of uni. No, it was been the
Yeah.
first because, or was it the second? It was like
It was in
wintry.
winter.
It was rainy.
Yeah,
So it could
it
have
was
been the second
very,
year.
very
It
moody.
narrows it down in Scotland to fucking every
Oh no, it was
time.
that.
yeah.
It was that like dead cold. Like you'd
I
have
miss
to
the
wear
cold, bring
a
it back.
hoodie under your
It
jacket
was,
type.
you know,
cold.
it was definitely the second year because Corona was about. Because I remember people were coughing in the audience, and I was like,
Yes. And not
"Uh-oh."
long after it, me and you were
Rona.
dying.
Yes.
Yeah, I
So that was
remember.
scary. But I felt like the scariest part was at the very beginning because they started playing this sound of like talking or like whispering. Do you remember that before
Yeah.
the actual theatre
Oh no.
performance started? And it got louder and louder and louder, and then it just was like this clap of thunder or something, and all the lights went out, and then
Yeah.
the performance began, and it was terrifying.
No way.
Oh,
So
no,
if
it
it ever
was
comes
phenomenal,
back
though.
to Glasgow or wherever
100%.
you are located, you should go see it.
It was
We're gonna take Chris to see it.
phenomenal.
Oh my god, please, we need.
The only
No
part that
chance.
got me was I hadn't watched The Exorcist in a couple of years, and I forgot the vulgar things.
Oh yeah, it's pretty
Yeah,
vulgar.
I felt
That
like
she says.
Lounge in this
No, it's-
theatre.
the thing is, the theatre performance took it a bit further than the movie,
It
and
did.
it had questioning bits. I was like, this is a bit.
The positions
The
that she was
checking the
using
rule
and
book
the
on that
things
one.
that she was saying was traumatizing me at the ripe age of 21.
Yeah,
Did not
that
like
was.
it.
Jesus.
But I see for the movie The Exorcist, it doesn't really scare me that much, apart from the first scene. For some reason, the first scene spooks me. Like when they find
That
the
was it.
little, what's his name? Zula.
Zuzu.
Zuzu.
What the
Not a fan
fuck?
of that scene.
What the fuck, Zuzu? What kind of film
Yeah,
is this?
It's the name of
It's
the
a
demon.
demon. No, we've
Ah,
summoned it now.
Great.
Woohoo.
Send it to Chris's house because he doesn't know who he is. We know who you're, big man.
Listen, bring on your fucking demons.
Oh,
He says that, but we'll be getting
That's
messages.
not.
at
See,
the
as I
group
just
chat,
said that, that's
God
just
knows what
reminded me
time.
of the middle-aged men memes. Like, I have my inner demons and all this shit.
Can we please have a Scheme Team Halloween special where we do something in person that's spooky, please? Because
No.
yes,
Uh,
there's got to be
Okay.
like we could go to like a scare
go to the
thing.
catty.
You could go to the guy. That'd be
Look,
terrifying.
do you know what? Let's just go to Cat House. There's enough fucking scary sights in there. Or the
Go
Savoy
sucking.
and Pensioners Night midweek with a
Okay.
sticky dance floor.
So, Was it me that was speaking about movies, or did I just chime in?
We just literally took
No.
over Joss's.
No, Josh was talking about he
Josh
was
was
scared of
saying-
The Exorcist, then Chris brought up it, and then we mentioned that we had saw The Exorcist live.
Yes. Okay. So back to you, Josh.
I'm done.
In the
Right, we've covered
studio.
that.
Okay.
All bases are covered.
Who wants to go next?
I'll go next tonight. Mine's got a bit of a tale, as
Okay.
always. Right, so now when I was a young fellow, the ripe old age of maybe possibly 2 or 3, used to live in the Braehead in a pub. My sister used to live with us, and her and I don't know if it was a boyfriend at the time. It was just her. We were sitting in a room watching movies, and she's like, "Oh, let's watch this," and I'm like, "What the fuck's this?" And I saw the box, and it was Scream. So I was like, what the fuck? So I watched this whole thing and I was fucking terrified. Nightmares for months on ends about this fucking mask. And that is why I don't like horror films and I'm such a pussy. Because I was terrorized as a child by an older sibling. And
That's
now
sad.
Wasn't
I avoid. But I think
Olivia a sibling?
it's. Yes, but she scarred me for life and I'll never be able to look at that mask the same. Even Scary Movie, like she was like, "Oh, this might make it better," and showed me Scary Movie. I'm like, "What the fuck?" I'm just
Scary
scared of
Movie's
that fucking
brilliant.
thing.
See, I seen Scary Movie before I seen Scream, so it was fine when I watched it.
Nah, I was the other way.
Because
Just
I
made
could
it
look at it and
worse.
start laughing.
Just made it worse.
I dressed up
And
as
I was-
Scream for Halloween once, and I had the mask that dripped the blood.
I had that.
Everyone had that mask.
I used to see
We
that
Scream
great.
for about fucking 5 years.
every Halloween. It'd been like the Sainsbury's Halloween aisle.
Yeah, it was great.
Chris would start screaming.
I was Wayne's coming about and I'm fly kicking them all. Get the fuck
I got bang!
back off, you spooky bitch! Move. Volleying Wayne's in the Sainsbury's aisles, and I'll put them in my bag for life.
Right. Holly, what about you?
I really can't think of one that like proper, as you described, made it that you couldn't sleep at night because you were that spooked by it. I don't think there was one. Maybe when I was younger, like the Silent Hill movie might have done that to me a little bit because the Silent Hill game spooked me. So seeing like Pyramid Head do his pyramids.
Pyramid
Pyramid?
things.
Pyramid
Pyramid
things.
That was
You're
a bit
acting like a
spooky.
sussy pyramid.
But I don't know. But there's like, actually, I'll need to find this for you, Caitlin, because it is very spooky and it's on YouTube. I think it's like an indie horror movie, if you could call it that.
Okay.
I don't even know how to describe it. It was just very, very traumatizing. I remember coming across that in my youth on YouTube, and to be honest, it's mostly like actual real stuff that has spooked me to the point of not being able to sleep that I came across on YouTube. Which maybe would be good for another podcast thing, is like
Yeah,
stream
YouTuber
things.
thing. Yeah.
But
Yes.
to give you a wee taste, I remember one thing that absolutely traumatized me was, Caitlin, you might know about this, but Conjuring 2, it was set in England. There was a wee girl that was possessed, a real case. If you listen to the real recordings of her possession,
No way.
Chris
it is
speaks.
terrifying. It's really, really spooky. And when I was a kid, I listened to that and I felt like I was going to get
Why?
possessed. Like it was bad. And I was
Oh.
like, okay, time to turn this off. I need to go lie down.
Look,
Accept my
guys,
possession.
this is the
Speaking
type
of-
of shit that me and Holly would just watch on YouTube when none of yous were on. It was just
Yeah.
us. We'd just look this shit up.
Speaking
Yeah.
of frights, Caitlin, do you want to talk about what happened the other night when we were on Discord and you kept hearing noises?
Here, you could talk about the whole podcast and weird noises like the ghost dog.
Phantom Dog.
Yeah, Phantom Doug.
Holly, you've heard things coming from my mic when I've not been.
Yes,
And the
I've
room
heard.
No, the old
strange
TV
thing.
thing was mad. I remember that story.
Oh yeah, you told us a couple of mad stories that they couldn't walk something down your
Oh,
stairs.
that one?
Yeah,
that
yeah. We've got the black figure that comes up down the stairs, but only between 3 and 4 in the morning, repeatedly.
That's what
Never.
This wee Alfred, man.
When he's clocked on.
There's the
And he's
stuff
just
that
clocked
was
in.
typed on my computer. And
which
like-
relates to Corey. Name.
Yeah, it does relate to Corey Haim. That was really fucking weird. I was doing stuff for college when we were doing radio. I was writing a script for Watch Your Profanity. It was the first year HNC, and I I think I only had the 2 monitors at the time, not the 3. So I had a Corey Haim film. Shut up. I had a Corey Haim film on this one. And then in this one I had my script up. And I paused the film. I hadn't wrote anything in the script. I went downstairs to help my mum with something, I think. I went downstairs anyway. I was down for maybe 10-15 minutes. I came back up. The film, which I had paused 5-10 minutes in, was playing the end credits. And something, I can't remember, it had been wrote on the thing, Word document. And when I went and Googled it, it was like a synonym for a heart attack or for a heart failure. And then the one below it was about pneumonia. And then it had these, I can't remember the numbers, but when I looked them up, it was like heart failure, pneumonia, and the numbers, and it all linked to Corey Haim, because Corey Haim had a weak heart from the years of drug abuse.
Damn.
And heart failure was a potential cause of his death, as well as pneumonia. And the years I can't remember if it was to do with like a movie or the year he died or his birthday, or I can't remember, but I remember as soon as it happened I was fucking texting Holly like, oh my god, something's happened, I'm freaking out. Because there was no way that the movie, even if I'd stood up and accidentally hit the space bar, the movie wouldn't be at the very end. It would only be at a maximum half an hour in it, if that. And it was a 2-hour long movie. It scared the bejesus out of me. And then a couple of weeks later, I have this, like, it's in the other room, it's in my bedroom, but I have this massive, like, DC wooden canvas thing. This got, like, all the DC characters next to the Marvel ones that's on the other side. I was on a call with a guy that I used to be pals with, Dom. I was on a call with him, and none of us had heard it, but I had these lights that lit up the room. My mum comes upstairs, she's like, why the fuck is it so dark up here? And I'm like, I don't actually know, because the lights were on. So I turned round, and that canvas had fallen off the wall, absolutely shattered and obliterated an entire plug socket in the wall, and blew all of the lights in the room. And I never heard that, and my mate never heard that, but this was a big thick wooden canvas that had clattered off the wall, and don't know what caused it, because it's the only time it's ever happened.
In a past podcast, which is no longer available, sorry to all those out, but we discussed paranormal activities, and I think it's worth saving for the next podcast to revisit that kind of stuff,
I
because
will
we
not be
all have
attending that one.
stories.
But back to the original point about the other night on Discord. Caitlin was hearing disturbing noises.
This was just Chris being a fucking dick.
As usual.
You
As
big,
usual.
geeky, nerdy bastard.
We were watching. What were we watching?
You were watching the fucking Jungle Book anime.
I wasn't really watching it, to be fair.
I know you weren't.
I was playing chess on chess.com.
Oh, I play chess on chess.com.
Yes. See? Caitlin, get up you.
Fuck you.
Anyway, I didn't know that Caitlin could hear the sounds. So the whole way through this, she's like, can you hear that? And I'm like you're talking shit, I can't hear anything. But what she was hearing was the chess pieces moving, and like that like sound they make. So once I realised this, I was like, no, I was like, you're fucking crazy, mate. I was like, you're not, I can't hear anything. She's like, it's definitely coming for your end. It's definitely coming for your end. And I'm like, I can't hear anything. And I keep going. And then I had to eventually be like, yeah, it's me playing chess.
No, you didn't blatantly say it like that. You went, you know, do you still hear that tapping? And I was like, aye, it hasn't fucking stopped. And it's no coming for me, because I've checked all my fucking sources. It's coming for you. And you say, in this really fucking ignorant, sarcastic, dickhead tone, you know, you would think that maybe somebody was playing chess. And I swear to God, I wanted to strangle you through the fucking computer. I was so infuriated. I was so pissed off. He genuinely, like, credit to his acting, genuinely made me believe that I was fucking hearing things. And I was like, is this my like tinnitus acting up? Like, I can hear this I thought that was just ringing, but I can hear tapping. I was taking the headphones off, putting the headphones on, checking the mic, putting the mic on and off. I was doing everything. And it was this fucking bastard playing chess. And then he was like, "Are you alright?" I was like, "I'm no fucking speaking to you." I'm so pissed off. I had even tweeted
like,
going, "I think I'm losing the plot, just so you're all aware. If anything happens, I've lost it." Seconds later, he's like telling me, and he goes, "Did you just tweet about that?" And I was like, "I'm gonna fucking..."
I got a notification on Discord and it said Caitlin Fergie has posted a tweet. And I was like, I wonder what this could be.
It's such a dick.
Inty!
But it took me a while to realise what she was actually talking about, because I was like, there's no way she can hear me playing chess, you know. I was doing it on like the other monitor and I was like, there's no way. And turns out she could. Because I was only sharing the YouTube application, I wasn't sharing anything else.
But your headphones are proper loud, so if you had your headphones
I-
on...
I was like, was that loud?
No, it wasn't his headphones, it was actually coming through because it was a browser source.
Oh
And
god.
he was sharing a browser source.
Chess.com, but what a website.
I know,
Oh
it's
my
very addictive.
It's, I don't like how you have to pay for lessons. I was like, just let me know.
I didn't know that.
I would like chess.com premium. I'm like, it's not a fucking OnlyFans subscription. I want to learn how to play chess properly and not just, you know, move for things.
Do you know what pissed me off the most about it? Is where I was like, right, I'm getting off, I'm going to my bed. Chris texts me. And you know how on iPhones you get that game thing that you can do where you can send each other pool and all that shit? Chris sent me chess and was like, play me. Verse me at chess.
Be me in chess.
And then he just started asking me all
Well,
these fucking questions about
Probably
chess.
be me in chess.
And then I just,
Yes,
I ended
excellent.
up, I eventually just
It's
ignored
the
him and went to my
tournament
bed.
arc.
I was such, you put me in such a bad mood because I was genuinely thinking I was losing the plot. But
Oh, I don't think you were genuinely in a bad mood.
no, I was. That's why I went to my bed. I was like, no, fuck you. I'm going to my bed. I'm not watching your shitty fucking Jungle Book anime where you're just complaining about all the inconsistencies.
I hate when my parents fight.
Shut up. Sorry, that was very, very passively aggressive.
You're giving me trauma, childhood trauma.
That was a fucking load that I've just
That
had
was
to
a
deal with there,
big
man.
tangent.
Yeah,
was a
that has really
Went
caused
from
me.
horror movies to chess.
That has caused me
It's
trauma and
like-
stress, and I am very happy that we're recording another video after this to take my
doesn't
mind away
paint
from
me.
that.
Doesn't paint me in a very good light, does it?
No, but you did this to yourself, so enjoy the
I
repercussions.
just love the memes.
You're a bad man. Enjoy.
You know.
The
Very bad man. Not as bad as what's his name?
Gary Glitter.
oh guys,
Read
me and Josh have
read that Gary
this,
Glitter.
please.
Read that Gary Glitter counter in the corner.
Yeah,
Every
no,
time
and
you
I
say something.
get like an image of him like going "Bleh," or something like they mention Gary Glitter again.
Oh, Gary Glitter update. Beep, 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 beep.
Time for another Gary Glitter update.
Beep, 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 beep.
We shouldn't please say I want to.
Right.
What's the film
So
that scares you?
Caitlin.
It doesn't scare me
Okay, maybe.
anymore. It's the one of those shitty horror films that's like it's not scary at all. But when I was 5, maybe. I mean, I've told you that I was the Wayne that when I was like 2, 3, I was watching Child's Play. I was watching Nightmare on Elm Street. I was watching Friday the
Yeah.
13th. They didn't bother me because in my head, even as a Wayne, I'm like Chucky is a doll. Jason is in America. I don't live in Elm Street, so Freddy's not
That's a
going to
bit
come and
cool.
get me. Do you know what I mean? But
That's a very logical brain for a child.
I know I was
Like,
actually
just
really.
and props to
Hold on.
yourself. That's quite logical.
I will get my mother on this podcast to talk about how smart a child I was, but we're not talking about how I am a
Let's
disgraced
get
child
Holly's mother in
prodigy.
here.
Well,
If we're
not-
bringing mothers,
Mother's Day on
if
the
we're bringing
podcast.
mothers. Oh my god, that is such a shout. Mother's Day podcast. We get our mums involved.
That would be
Right,
fun.
I can't
Mama
wait
would see
to-
a
I
camera
can't
and run
wait
for the hills.
To have Janice,
Listen.
my mother, sat here and to verbally abuse me for an hour and a half. That's all good childhoods. I'm only joking. I love you, mum.
Aye, the the few things that you believe in when you're like 5 is Santa Claus and the Tooth Fairy and maybe even the Easter Bunny if you're that way inclined. So the film
Or
that-
religion.
aye, whatever. The film that
Not to get political.
petrified me when I was away, it wasn't one that I had intentionally watched. I was in my gran's, which is where I now reside, and my grandparents, my auntie, my brother, and my man and dad were all in the living room in the dark watching this film, and it was Darkness Falls.
Oh, is that the one with the Tooth Fairy?
It is the one with the Tooth Fairy.
That one really scared me. I used to have a toy of the Tooth Fairy that I got from
Mate.
Forbidden Planet.
Mate, the very
Yeah.
first fucking scene when the wee boy's in his bed and it's just the black figure in the corner of the ceiling, and then
yeah.
you see the face. Oh, no. So they just put this film on and I'm upstairs playing the computer, and I came downstairs for whatever reason, and I just stop and I'm watching it, and it's that first scene with the wee boy, and then obviously there's the wee boy getting took away and he ends up being no right in the head and all that stuff. And as soon as I saw that thing in the corner and I discovered that that was supposed to be the Tooth Fairy, because obviously you're away and you're not meant to see the Tooth Fairy. The Tooth Fairy just comes, takes your tooth, gives you money, fucks off. So me being small, seeing that, my new thought process is, that's the fucking Tooth Fairy? Sorry? I ran, I think I might have been greeting, hid behind the couch for a very long
You've
time.
got the hang glider out like
Mate,
this.
honestly, I was like, Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with thee. I swear to God, I was
The Father, the Son, the Holy
terrified.
Spirit.
Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised. I hid
I
behind
can't
the
judge you for
couch
that.
because I was
'cause-
terrified, and I was like, you need to put the lights on, you need to put the lights on, and I couldn't sleep. I was petrified, and I refused
God.
to watch that film for years.
Mm-hmm.
I refused point blank. I was like, I am not fucking watching it. And it got to the point where I was at an age where I was like, why was I scared of this again? I'm going to watch it.
Aye.
And I put it on and I watched it and I was like, seriously? This
I know.
fucking scared me.
Aye.
This is so fucking bad. It is such a bad... It's not even one of the films where you can be like, oh, it's a good film, but like The Exorcist. You can't turn around and say, oh, but it's a good film, but I'll scream. It is fucking awful.
I've just thought of another one that actually kind of didn't terrify me, but it scared me. You ever seen the Unborn?
I've heard it.
Yeah, I've heard of that.
It's basically like this lassie's getting like haunted by like the ghost of her now dead twin that she killed in the womb. Well, she didn't obviously. She like her umbilical cord got around his neck, it choked him out.
Oh.
And then she falls pregnant and that, and there's a scene in it where like she's like, it's like a dream, but she's like looking down on herself. It's like a wee boy just comes up the side of her in the bed and then just sticks his hand in her stomach, just pulls out the unborn child. And I was like, I remember watching it at my cousin's house, and that night as well. If you've ever heard, is it One Missed Call or
Yes.
Mhm.
Missed Call? We done the thing where, see the actual theme thing, the wee tune, the wee ringtone. To go downstairs in the dark, close our eyes and listen to it and see how long we could last. Whilst I was doing it, my fucking cousin came up to me and grabbed me and I almost genuinely shat my pants. Like, you know, that I was scared. I remember going, ah, and I farted at the same time. That's what I was like, actually, you know,
Did you propel it upwards? So you were like,
yeah, I generally went up. So my eyes were closed and I'm sitting there listening to this really cool tune and somebody just grabbed me and I went, ah! Funny. Not
See,
seen
I
One
miss-
Last Call.
I
I've seen
miss
One
the
Missed Call, but-
feeling of being scared. Like, I haven't felt scared
Yeah,
in
no.
so like movie scared. I don't mean like, oh,
ooh, you're
I'm about
ours.
to be hurt scared.
Yeah, I'd try.
But,
You're ours. Oh, what?
Yeah.
but like it was when you were a kid, it feels different to be scared. of
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
There's
I think
something a bit exciting
definitely.
about him.
Mm.
I think now because obviously we're older, we know it's a film. We know it's
Yeah.
not real. I mean, it might be
But-
based on true things like The
It's-
Conjuring 2 and stuff like that, but when you're a kid, you just think everything's reality. Unless you're Caitlin.
I have like mega contradicting thoughts when it comes to this, but when it comes to like, I'll say this for the paranormal actually. Fuck it, because the paranormal
Yeah.
episodes if we do one, because it's just
Yeah.
the whole long-winded.
Well, I
thing,
mean,
so-
since Shannon's not here, maybe Holly, you might want to host the paranormal one, and we can leave the music for Shannon because that kind of suits your
Sure.
Save that.
knowledge.
Save that for like Halloween time.
Hmm.
Anyway, that has been the 3rd episode of the Scheme Team podcast. We hope you enjoyed learning about our movie preferences, if that's what you want to call it. I don't know. We just come here with a simple topic and then talk a load of shite for an hour, 2 hours. Who knows? We don't know until we edit it. Again,
Yeah.
as Josh has promoted, Fatal Grips. If you use code Scheme Team at the checkout, you can get 10% off everything. It helps them, it helps you, and it helps us.
Oh, we forgot
SpongeBob.
to mention his jammies.
SpongeBob.
Yeah.
SpongeBob.
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 Aye, well,
Bob off the sponge.
I hope you've had a fantastic Wednesday. If you would like to listen to the audio version of this podcast, you can go over to listen to it on Apple or on Spotify. We upload 4 times a week. We have Scheme Team Saturdays. We have 2 episodes of Scheme Team Plays, which goes up on a Monday and a Friday. And this season, me and Chris are playing Kingdom Hearts, the original. And then on Wednesdays, you have the podcast with our lovely selves. We will be back next week with
Sexy
episode
motherfuckers.
4 of the podcast. What will that podcast be? We don't know yet because we plan that in the meeting that we have after we finish filming. So thanks for listening or watching, and goodbye.
Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, homies.
Do that as well. Say bye, everybody.
Versace.
F dot, chef dot. Always like goodbye.